So this is Tales of Monkey Island. It was an episodic release by Telltale. Thanks so much for the resub, Giant Penguin. This was an episodic release by Telltale. It was released in 5 different parts. I think as of right now, as of this live stream, I think it is still on the Steam store. But every time something weird happens with Telltale as a company, this is like one of the first games to get pulled. So it may not be out right now. It may not be out in the future. It may still be out. I don't know. I don't remember. But it's actually very good. I enjoy it a lot. And so, let's jump in. This one is a much more natural 3D version of Monkey Island.
Victory is at hand! Har, har, har! Behold, the legendary 13th monkey of Montevideo! Har! Whose sacrifice will eternally bind the oceans themselves to my infernal will! Har, har! Rest yet?
Half as much as I'll be when Guybrush guts your diseased carcass with his voodoo cutlass, you doddering sack of scum.
I wouldn't hold your breath waiting for any last-minute heroics, me dear. The last I saw of your mighty pirate husband, he was being torn apart by a school of my ravenous piranha poodles.
All right, LeChuck, put down the monkey and back away from my wife.
Guybrush!
Arr, Threepwood! You've led me a merry chase, but soon the dread mysteries of these ancient simians will be mine, and the seas will run red with the blood of my enemies. Har, har, har!
Yeah, well, you fight like a...
No time to waste, Guybrush. Finish enchanting that sword before LeChuck completes his spell.
I'm on it. One LeChuck defeating cursed cutlass of Kaflu coming up. Now, where did I leave those handy voodoo instructions?
They're pinned to your mast.
Oh, yeah.
These ropes are starting to chafe.
Come to Guybrush, you spooky voodoo recipe, you. Well, I had to sail 6 of the 7 major seas to find the ingredients, but I've finally finished the cutlass. Almost. Now all I need to do is find some fizzy root beer to spray on it, and LeChuck's as good as toast. Icky disease toast.
These ropes are starting to chafe.
Cease your infernal struggling, or I'll gut you from gob to gizzard.
Is that the route I want?
Nothing in there but a decade's worth of fantastic pirate booty. Ah, the legendary monkey casket of Kauai. I'll never forget the horrible hula of Hades I had to do to get this thing. Is this thing sloshing? 4 words you don't want to hear when you pick up a coffin. I wonder how you open this thing. Aha! A seltzer bottle full of root beer. I haven't seen one of these since before I had a beard. Bet this stuff will work wonders on my cutlass.
Yeah, but it's flat.
Whoa, this city. meet your frosty carbonated maker, LeChuck.
Arr! Come and get me, a dirt-digging doily dipper! Arr!
Stop showboating and spray the sword, Guybrush!
I'm not showboating, I'm... Whoa. Oops.
Now we're going to die. Again. Wonderful.
Okay, no problem. I just need to find a fresh supply of impossible-to-find voodoo root beer. I sure hope there's some on Elaine's ship, because mine's as dry as a bone. And not one of those wet bones. I'm talking a dry bone.
Cease your infernal...
Why is the music so much louder than everything else?
struggling, or I'll gut you from gob to gizzard.
Elaine, my beautiful butter...
What?
I said, Elaine, my beautiful butter...
My beautiful butter?
I was gonna say buttercup, but you keep cutting me off.
Oh, Guybrush. Now stop the chuckle, we're all dead.
Elaine, you've got inordinately strong thighs. See if you can swing me that rope.
It's not long enough, but I've got a better idea.
How'd you do that?
You don't spend several years at the side of Guybrush Threepwood, mighty pirate, without picking up a few tricks, darling.
My ship, my booty, my collection of autographed sextants.
We'll buy you some more sextants later. Just stop LeChuck.
Ah, Threepwood.
Oh, can I turn on, can I turn on subtitles? Was that an option that I missed?
How good of you to join us. Saves me the trouble of having to sink your ship.
Those roots could really use a trim. Let's see if we can cut back some of those unruly roots.
Racintia, thanks so much for the raid.
There, much neater.
Okay, I've got roots.
Poor little guy. I wonder if it'll have phantom root pains now. It's Elaine's barrel of light grog. It's like real grog, only without the taste, calories, or debilitating blackouts.
Plunder Bunny is something that Guybrush calls Elaine.
Let's see if these roots add anything to this horrible not grog. Ugh. This root grog is bland, joyless, and jejune. It's also flat. Now that's some fizzy root grog. I bet it still tastes like monkey snot, though.
Well, welcome everyone for Racintia's raid. We've been doing Monkey Island May. We are in game 5 of 5. Just starting it right now, actually. You came just in time.
Booyah! Look out, LeChuck! Here comes Guybrush Threepwood's glowing sword of hot monkey vengeance!
This is our standard in medias res start of Monkey Island.
LeChuck!
Do you mind? I'd be in the middle of an unholy ceremony here.
Unholy this!
Unholy this?
Yeah, I know, but he didn't give me much to work with. Hey!
Arr, arr. You can't defeat me that easily, sheepwood. Wait, what's happening?
Is that how the cutlass is supposed to work?
I don't know, it's so bright! What the heck?
Woof.
I'm human.
That's debatable.
Guybrush, quick! Finish him off!
What?
Pandacar, thanks so much
right.
for the resub.
This is for the monkeys, LeChuck!
What are you doing? Finish him!
It's not me, it's my hand! It won't... Uh-oh. Elaine!
Guybrush?
Elaine!
this is Chapter 1, which I believe is named Launch of the Screaming Narwhal. This is a quick one, yeah, we're moving on to the next one.
Elaine?
Ahoy there, me hearty!
What?
Don't worry, we'll have you up and sucking back a grog in... Oh, my dotes! My beautiful pirate dotes! I'll get you for this, you craven bilge rats!
Sorry, I don't know what got into me. Oh, this can't be good.
You know, you really should have that looked at, kid.
Huh?
The name's Nipperkin. Davy Nipperkin, senior reporter, Keelhauler Gazette. Welcome to Flotsam Island. Mind if I ask you a few questions?
Actually,
Great. What's your name, where'd you come from, and how'd you get here?
I'm Guybrush Threepwood, mighty pirate, and...
Pirate, eh? Well, I believe it when I see it, kid. Still, it'd be nice to have a real genuine pirate buckling his swash around Flotsam Island again. Why, I haven't had an honest-to-goodness pirate story to write about in over 6 months.
Right.
Yes, sirree, Bob. Nothing like the promise of a good pirate story to get the old journalistic juices flowing again, says I. Say, just listen to me prattling on while you stand there all wet and confused and whatnot. So, what's your story, Creepwood?
This island looks, lovely, but where can I find a ship? I really need to get back to the Rock of Gelato and find my wife.
Well, there's only one ship here on Flotsam Island, but it won't do you any good.
Why not?
It's the winds, Threepwand, the winds. Here on Flotsam Island, the winds are always blowing inward 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. It's a freak of nature, a fluke, a curse. Whatever you want to call it, the result is the same. Once you've landed on Flotsam Island, you're trapped.
Are you seriously telling me there's no way off this island?
Well, not by ship, anyway. The only person who I think might know a way off the island is Deep Gut.
Deep gut? What's a deep gut?
Deep Gut's my secret source for off-island news stories, and it's a good thing, too. Without the Gut's uncanny inter-island scoops, the Keelhauler Gazette would never be able to compete with those snooty prima donnas over at the Flotsam Times.
Off-island news? Hey, then he might know something about Elaine. Where can I find this deep gut?
Hold on a second, pirate boy. Davy J. Nipperkin doesn't go handing over his secret sources to every Tom, Dick, and Guybrush that washes ashore.
But I can pay you with treasure from my ship, which is probably at the bottom of the ocean by now.
Look, kid, you seem like a nice enough pirate, so I'll make you a deal.
A deal?
Yeah, off-island news is nice and all, but the fair citizens of Flotsam are getting tired of stories about faraway lands they'll never see again. Not to mention that I hate being beholden to this Deep Gut person.
So?
So I need some nice, meaty, local pirate news.
I love making pirate news.
That's the spirit, kid. You can translate that moxie into news-making pirate mayhem, and I'll hand you Deep Gut on a silver platter.
Yeah, this'll be a snap. A snap. A snap. Ow!
God, it's been so long since I've really played this. This has WASD controls as well, which is just nice.
crummy sconce. I'd better pick this up before someone trips over it.
That's my sconce now, baby.
Oh, my nose!
Sounds like he's busy. Holy screaming starfish! I think I've just found my ride off this stinking island.
Not so fast, my well-coiffed friend.
Who?
Reginald Van Winslow, captain of the Screaming Narwhal. And you are?
Guybrush Threepwood, mighty pirate.
Oh, really? What can I do for you, Mr. Mighty Pirate?
Nice ship. Were you drunk when you built it?
Good one, boyo. But I didn't build the Screaming Narwhal. It was assembled by a committee of concerned flotsam citizens.
Were they drunk?
No, but they had to use whatever floated ashore. Hence, the aforementioned constructed by Saltsnook.
Well, if you didn't build the narwhal, why are you the captain?
By tradition, whoever knocks the captain of the Screaming Narwhal off the deck gets to be the captain, until he's knocked off by the next guy.
So all I have to do is knock him off, huh?
Easy.
Be seeing ya.
I look forward to it. And I never ever do a thing about the weather, because the weather never ever does a thing for me.
Prepare to be boarded, Van Winslow.
Bacon grease, boyo. Slickest stuff in the 7 seas.
Oh, crud. This jacket was an anniversary present, and now it's all covered with bacon grease. Man, is Elaine gonna be PO'd. Hey, there's something in this sock. Club 41. Probationary member number 37. Reginald Van Winslow. This should come in handy.
And Andy and the dead winds crest you. Oh, in the bottle of grog.
Ahoy there, scruffy artisan. I'm Guybrush Threepwood, mighty pirate.
Ahoy yourself! I be Gaffer Crypt-Digit, pirate glassblower.
What's this alphabet sale all about?
Well, it's the latest thing. I make unbreakable tubes in the shapes of letters, which can be used to create festive illuminated business signs, novelty mementos, or lamps.
Kitschy.
Aye, very cap. Consonants cost 48 pieces of 8. But today I'm giving away 1 free vowel per customer. Would you like a vowel?
I think I'd like one of those free vowel tubes.
You'd like to buy a vowel, eh? Here you go.
A U? What about A, E, I, O, or even Y?
All sold out. All we got is U-tubes these days.
What can you tell me about Flotsam Island?
Well, you probably already know about flotsam infernal winds. But has anyone told you about the reefs?
The reefs?
Aye, the crystal reefs of Flotsam Island. Sharper than a dragon's tooth they be. They encircle the island, shredding in a ship foolish enough to get caught in Flotsam's winds.
Yikes. How'd a crusty pirate like yourself wind up making little glass unicorns?
Listen, matey. Glassblowing's every bit as dangerous as sailing the Spanish Main. One false move with your glass jack near the glory hole, and you can kiss your eyeballs goodbye.
I can? I'm not sure that's biologically possible. So, unicorns, huh?
Aye, graceful, delicate creatures they are. Though, to be honest, they aren't selling so well to the pirate community at large. For my next project, maybe I'll be making something that really speaks to them. Assuming I can ever sell these blasted horny buggers.
Thanks for chatting, but I got a wife and arch nemesis to return to.
Aye, who doesn't?
Hear ye, hear ye. Owing to the unprecedented downturn in criminal activity on Flotsam Island, I've locked up the courthouse and taken a long-delayed 3-month sabbatical. Please don't break any laws until I return, or else. Sincerely, Judge Grindstone.
Makes sense.
Card.
Card? Oh, yes, my membership card. Here you go.
Very good, Captain Van Winslow. Here's your blindfold.
Blindfold?
Come now, sir. You know the rules. All Probationary Club 41 members must wear blindfolds inside the club.
Right, how silly of me.
Very good, sir. Mind the step.
I've heard you make a mean gragatini.
Look out!
Me nachos!
I'm so sorry.
Oi!
Sorry. Ow!
Get him!
Ow!
Oof! Look out for his hand!
You took the hand off me, you cracker croaker! Aye! Oh, me leg. What a fight! That was spectacular, Driftwood. Best pirate brouhaha I've seen in months.
I don't know what got into me. It was like my hand was possessed or something.
Possessed, you
almost like
say? Sounds like there may be a follow-up story there. Keep feeding me these Boffo pirate stories, Threepwood. I'll be handing over the secrets of Deep Cut before you know it.
What's Boffo mean?
What the? You put one of those miniature swords with an olive in my gragatini. I hate those things.
Boffo means lit. I understand entirely now.
Pew 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 pew!
Hi.
Who are you?
I'm Guybrush Threepwood, mighty pirate. And you are?
Joaquin Jacinto de Mera Alfonso de Oro, treasure hunter extraordinaire.
What were you doing down there?
Nothing.
It looked like you were playing with dolls.
They're not dolls. They're polyarticulated porcelain power pirates.
What in the name of Davy Jones's closet organizer are porcelain power pirates?
They're the rarest and coolest action figures ever. I've been tracking them with the porcelain power pirate treasure maps hidden in special boxes of porcelain power pirate pear flavored breakfast cereal. I've spent years tracking them down, and I've almost got the full set.
What's that big pink pile of dolls?
Action figurines.
Okay, what's that big pink pile of action figurines over there all about?
Those are my extra pink pajama Pierres, the lamest and least valuable of the porcelain power pirates. I loathe pink pajama Pierre with the white-hot intensity of 1,000,000 exploding cannonballs.
It's pretty intense.
Can I call you Doro the Explorer?
No.
Hey, look! A three-headed monkey!
I've already got a three-headed monkey figure.
How many PP pirates do you have left?
The only power pirate I have not found is the ultra-rare, impossible to find Dark Ninja Dave with killer karate katana. I thought I might find it here on Flotsam Island, but I got scammed.
Scammed?
Jace, some guy in a plaid jacket with waving arms sold me a Ninja Dave map, but he just keeps sending me in circles.
Hey, I know a guy in
I
a
take a look
plaid
at that map?
jacket
Take it.
with waving
It's
arms.
useless.
I'll let you know if I find anything. You're sure this Dark Ninja Dave is a valuable treasure, right?
It's the stuff that dreams are made of. Porcelain dreams.
Look! It's a Ninja Dave figure with throwing star action!
Where? I didn't see anything.
Sorry, must have been a leaf. Can I have one of your pink pajama Pierres?
No.
But I thought you didn't like them.
That doesn't mean I don't want them.
Hello again.
Hi! Stop doing that!
Did the wind shipwreck you on Flotsam Island too?
Yes, but I came here voluntarily, in search of the elusive Dark Ninja Dave porcelain power pirate action figure.
Well, I've got pirate news to make, and you've got dolls to play with, so I'll just be on my way.
They're not dolls. Take that!
Can I have one of your pink pajama Pierres?
No,
But I thought you didn't like them.
that doesn't mean I don't want them.
So the secret to the map is
jungle
that
sure is noisy.
you can figure out where to go based on the sounds. So these are indicating the sound that you hear when you stand near any of the entrances.
I wish I were the mightiest pirate ever. Yikes. I wish I were the mightiest pirate.
Okay, so what's the pattern? It's pig, monkey, bee, monkey, pig. Pig.
Smilin' stands young Miss Mini Bombs. All the punch of larger mini bombs packed into a smaller package for petite pirate hands. You know, I better just take all of them.
Monkey. Bee. Monkey. What? Alright, so pig.
So far, so good.
Monkey.
This looks promising. So far, so good.
Hey.
Oops. This looks promising.
I just tried to turn around. Shintalk, thanks so much for the raid. I appreciate it.
So far, so good. This looks promising. So far, so good. Oh, dang. Looks like someone already dug up this treasure. Shortcut. Hey, Davy.
Call me Nipperkin, kid. Everyone else does.
I'd rather not. So, what sorts of swashbuckling do you go in for around these parts?
Oh, we used to love all sorts of piracy here on Flotsam. Barely a day would go by without a good bar fight, ship seizing, or buried treasure cropping up. Now it seems like all anyone wants to do is hang around and wait for the winds to change.
Well, leave it to me, and your sleepy little hamlet will be bubbling over with buccaneering boisterousness before you know it. Bye.
Keep up the pirating, kid. I'm rooting for you. Any news?
Can I go see Desang yet?
Bonjour. Hey! What happened to the other leg?
I should probably come back after he's done with his patient.
Desange? I don't remember his name.
There has to be another way onto that ship. Something a little more pirate.
Never does a thing for me.
That sock needs a good darning. Darn you, sock!
You got it.
And Dundee and the dead winds crest you.
Free
And the
vowels!
bottle of
Get it
grog.
wild there, vowels!
Hello again.
Hi. Stop doing that.
Bye.
How can I get him to give me one of the action figures? I don't remember what he wants.
Waving around my tiny little sword at people could get me in trouble. I don't think they'd be amused by my YouTube offering.
Relatable.
Would you like a flower?
No thanks. Flowers give me hives.
Yeah, Carrie,
I don't wanna blow that up.
thanks for giving that sub to Muka, I appreciate it.
Wonder what sort of hideous sacrificial rites were performed on this ancient altar. Tastes like chicken.
Probably just shouldn't go around licking the sacrificial altars, right?
En garde!
No, I definitely don't want to know what to select, but thank you.
Take that!
Hello again.
Hi. Stop doing that!
What makes Dark Ninja Dave so rare?
Because a bunch of pirate parents had him banned on account of his pointy killer karate katana accessory. They said it was a choking hazard. Wimps.
What kind of treasure do you hunt? Gold doubloons?
Anyone can find gold or silver. I look for the rarest of pirate treasures.
I'm almost certain I'm going to regret asking this, but what is the rarest of all pirate treasures?
Porcelain power pirates.
Can I call you Doro the Explorer?
No,
What makes Dark Ninja Dave so rare?
because a bunch of pirate parents had him banned on account of his pointy killer
it's a Ninja
karate
Dave figure
katana
with throwing
accessory.
star action.
They said it was a choking hazard.
Cool.
Wimps.
I got him into a glitch state.
Are you messing with me?
What? That really doesn't need skewering by a teeny tiny sword. Nah. I don't think that a YouTube would be useful there.
Or anywhere.
I don't think a flower sconce would enhance the feng shui right here. According to this, it's Sunday, the 12th of Manatee.
What's the word?
Keel hauler.
What's the word?
I'm selling these fine leather jackets. Well, that's odd. Don't most weather vanes only have 4 wind directions?
Oh no.
Unicorns! Get your hand blown glad!
Alphabet sale. Free vowels while supplies last. These things could knock a pirate on his or her rear. That jungle sure is noisy.
Pear flavored cereal.
I know you're supposed to stop and smell the flowers, but this pot looks like someone's taken it a wee bit too literally. Oh, dang. Hot, hot, hot! Ow!
That's what I was forgetting. Okay.
And now the dock is smoldering. Perfect.
There's 5 chapters.
Okay, now what? It's a good thing Winslow's undies have so much crotchal support. Oh, monkey spit. Man, those are some sturdy undies. No, don't, please.
You'll have to be a lot sneakier than that if you want to knock me off, lad.
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
What? Clever boy. Well played, Master Threepwood. Or should I say, Captain Threepwood.
Captain?
Aye, now that you've bounced me off the screaming narwhal, you're officially its captain. Until someone else comes along and knocks you off.
Sweet.
Aye, bloody well sweet it is. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some massive internal hemorrhaging to attend to. Congratulations!
I just got a tip there's some kind of one piracy going on around here.
Not just any wanton piracy, a genuine ship seizure committed by none other than Captain Guybrush Threepwood, mighty pirate. Guybrush is one word.
Wonderful! I could probably get a week's worth of stories out of this. We'll keep up the swashbuckling, Threepwood, and I'll be forking over the secrets of Deep Gut in no time.
That's my boat.
Dan Winslow? What are you doing here?
If it's all right with you, Captain, I'd like to stay aboard as your first mate.
I don't know. I really don't...
Jolly good, sir. You won't regret it, mark my words. Now, if you'll excuse me, I believe some of my stitches have popped. I'll meet you here if the winds ever change.
Cool, good talk.
It's a detailed map of the entire Gulf of Melange. This thing will come in handy if I ever get off this Fischlinger Island.
Is that how you spell that?
A cheese wheel. Monster. Yuck. Still, maybe I'll find some starving rats who will eat it. That's a tightly sealed barrel of tar, used for patching up cracks and hazing bosuns.
Hazing bosuns.
I'll sleep when I'm dead. Or later tonight. Hey, it's one of those spiffy new Hungarian easy-action cannons I've been begging Elaine to let me buy. Whoa, the wind's really doing a number on that cannonball.
Unicorns! Me beautiful unicorns!
Cool.
That's the mainmast of the Screaming Narwhal. Or main tree. That's the mainmast of...
Come back later! We're closed until I can replace all me inventory that someone blasted to Hades and back!
Man, what kind of jerk would do that?
I don't know, but when I find the scupper scraper, I'll shove one of me bottles so deep up his fundament! Arr!
What's a fundament?
I mean, probably just the small amount that gets used in
The
comedy.
doctor is busy.
Hello?
Ah, my spleen!
Yeah, I think...
And that doctor guy is busy.
I know what would cheer up these gruesome carvings. Cheese! Nope. Still menacing. Oh, and now my cheese wheel is staring at me. It's locked.
No one allowed in there but keel hauler employees, Leapwood. You're thinking of becoming a reporter?
Oh, heck no.
Damn, I'm a persona non grata. Sucks for me.
Take.
Hello again.
Hey! Stop doing that!
Well, I've got pirate news to make.
They're not.
Take that.
I'm missing something for him. I need to figure out.
Davy,
What do you got for me, sleep good?
I've still got some questions about those acts of piracy.
Fire away, kid. I'm a font of information. What do you want to know?
Where should I look for treasure on this island?
There used to be all kinds of buried treasures in Flotsam's jungles, but they've been pretty much tapped out. If I were you, I'd look for an established pirate treasure hunter to give you a hand.
Won't using a pirate treasure hunter to find a treasure kind of mess up the story?
Nah, if anything, it'll make it more authentic. I can see it now. New arrival helps famed pirate treasure hunter bag biggest booty ever.
I am here to bag some booty.
Where should I look for treasure on this island?
There used to be all kinds of...
I
hate it.
Couldn't you just tell me how to contact Deep Gut? I'll be your best friend.
Sorry, kid, no can do. I need pirate stories, and you need my source. Any questions?
What's this Deep Gut person like, anyway?
Trying to sneak some information out of me, eh? I can respect that, kid. Reminds me of me when I was your age.
Oh, when was that? About 20 minutes ago? Do you really think Deep Gut can tell me what happened to Elaine and LeChuck and help me get off this island?
If there's anyone who can help you with your problems, Skipwood, it's Deep Gut.
Bye.
Keep up the pirating, kid. I'm rooting for you.
Pirates plundering your palace? Buccaneers bashing your balustrades? Swashbucklers slicing your stomachs? Then you need Morgan Le Flay, pirate hunter par... Great, a pirate hunter. I need that like I need a fourth nipple.
He needs a... Wait. He has 3 nipples?
Unicorns! Gotcha.
I'm back.
Oi, so you are.
What can you tell me about Flotsam Island?
Well, you probably already know about Flotsam Infernal Winds. But has anyone told... Aye, the crystal...
Yikes. I'll let you return to...
Aye.
Wow. Never thought I'd see a pirate selling glass unicorns for a living.
Aye, and I never thought I'd see a talking baboon. So I guess we're even.
Yeah. I mean, it's more of a side effect of Telltale working on this one.
Take that.
Can I have one of your pink pajama Pierres?
No.
But I thought you didn't like...
That doesn't mean I don't want them.
Nope. Want your map back?
Does it lead to a treasure?
Not yet.
Then I
Not
don't want
yet?
anything to do.
Is he just trying to give away the whole plot or something?
Hello again.
Hey! Stop doing that!
What makes Dark Ninja Dave so rare?
Because a bunch of pirate parents had him banned on account of his pointy killer karate katana accessory. They said it was a choking hazard. Wimps.
Can I call you Doro the Explorer?
No.
Yeah, that's true, Derek.
Look! It's a Ninja Dave figure with throwing star action!
Where?
Okay, Guybrush. It's only a little porcelain. Just close your eyes and go to your happy place. Ew.
All this turning around is getting me winded.
Oh, shoot. You just missed it.
Okay, so now that I've got one of the porcelain pirates, I can turn it into a Dark Ninja Dave.
Arr, Pink Pajama Pierre, you foiled me plans for the last time. Prepare to meet your maker in the ebon depths of the inky sea. Sacre bleu! Is this the end of Pink Pajama Pierre?
Wait, ebon is a word?
I guess it's true. Black really is slimming.
I've never heard the word ebon before.
Between the cool black tights and the dangerously pointy accessory, Pajama Pants Pierre is starting to look halfway collectible.
Hey.
Yeah, no, I get it. I understand that it's related to ebony, but I've just never heard ebon by itself. You'd be the only person who would get it, Derek. Well, if you and I were the only two people.
Dark Ninja Dave with killer katana cutlass waits stealthily for famed out-of-shape pirate hunter Joaquin D'Oro to find him. Great news, D'Oro! I think your map isn't a ripoff after all.
It isn't? But I never found anything with it.
You must have been reading it wrong. Here, follow me.
And X marks the spot.
See? I told you I could find it.
Whew. Huh? I better start digging. I hope it's not as deep as the other ones. Madre de Dios! Dark Ninja Dave! With Killer Karate Katana! Dark Ninja Dave! Dark Ninja Dave! Finally! The full set of porcelain power pirates is mine! All mine! Ow! I got dirt in my eye.
My ears deceive me, or did that portly pirate just dig up a buried treasure?
He sure did, with a little help from Guybrush Threepwood, mighty pirate.
Well, that's fantastic. We haven't had a good buried treasure story in weeks. You know, Threepwood, you've got spunk. Pirate spunk.
Ew.
Now, why don't you take a walk with me back to the keel hauler? Tell me a little bit more about yourself.
Well, it all started back on Melee Island. And that's how I wound up here on Flotsam Island.
Well, I don't know how you did it, Seepwood, but thanks to you, I've got enough sordid swashbuckling stories to keep the Flotsam Keel Hauler Gazette afloat for months. That'll show those bozos over at the Times.
Yeah, that's, great. Now, about Deep Gut.
My pleasure.
Copy?
Oh, didn't
Tammy,
mean to right-click
give me a
there.
copy of the Deep Gut file. Pronto. Right away, Mr. Nipperkin. Here you go, kid. Everything you need to know to contact Deep Gut. Don't let anyone know I gave this to you, okay? My editor will put me on deep cover in the obituary beat. Catch my drift?
Not really, but...
Great! Now, if you'll excuse me, Ace reporter Davy Nipperkin's got some headlines to grab.
Finally! Now I can ask this Deep Gut person how to get off this island and back to Elaine. Seems simple enough.
I hope they don't have kids. I don't feel like it would be very fitting for them to have children. Just... I don't see how that fits into the plot. I mean, imagine if it circled back to Monkey Island 2 with the garbage ending to Monkey Island 2.
What's the word?
Deadline.
Gosh, I wonder who Dead Gut is.
Welcome, Guy
Deep Gut is.
Brush.
The voodoo lady. Boy, am I glad to see you. I've got so many questions.
There'll be time enough for questions later. But first, hand me the LeChuck Slayer.
The what?
The cursed cutlass of Kaflu. Now that LeChuck has been destroyed, the cutlass must be ritually dismantled in a soul-chilling voodoo ceremony to ensure that his evil never reawakens.
Yeah, about that. I tried to destroy LeChuck with the cutlass, but I had to make some last-second substitutions, and there were some complications.
What manner of complications?
Well, the cutlass didn't so much annihilate LeChuck as it turned him human.
What?
I couldn't believe it either. Personally, I think it's a trick.
The human LeChuck. This is troubling.
Can you help me?
I'll do as much as the fates allow, but I fear that you will not like what I have to say.
Can you help me get off Flotsam Island? I've got a ship, but it won't do me any good with these crazy winds.
I mean,
The cards say no.
this predates
No.
Pirates
Can't
of the
you just
Caribbean by
wiggle
quite a
your
lot.
fingers and voodoo schmoodoo the
Well,
winds
it
to
doesn't
blow out?
predate the original
What you ask is
ride.
beyond my power.
It does
Guybrush.
predate the
Then
movies.
what in the name of Satan's comb over are you good for, you bloated old sea hag?
What was that?
That was the Parks of LeChuck.
Who the what now?
The Parks of LeChuck. When your improperly enchanted cutlass turned LeChuck into a human, all the evil voodoo juju within him had to go somewhere. Were you touching him at the time?
I was! Does that explain the antisocial behavior and the crude gestures?
Yes. Some of LeChuck's
I'm talking about the whole
evil
series.
has seeped into your hand.
Do you have a cure?
No, but I know where you can find one.
I feel a piratey quest coming on.
To eliminate the Parks of LeChuck, you must seek out La Esponja Grande.
The big sponge?
Great
La
Spanish.
Esponja Grande is no ordinary sponge, Treepwood. It is a legendary sea sponge with incredible voodoo exfoliating abilities, capable of absorbing limitless quantities of voodoo mojo.
Where can I find it?
I have never seen it myself, but a former friend of mine, Coronado de Cava, spent many years searching for it. I last saw him in the Jerkbait Islands. Take this locket to him, and tell him I vouched for your character.
I'll get right on it after I find Elaine.
That would be unwise, Guybrush. The Parks of LeChuck must be eliminated before it spreads.
Whatever. Are you sure you can't help me get off Flotsam Island?
As I said, the mysteries of Flotsam are above my pay grade. Seek out others to assist you.
What else can you tell me about the Pox of LeChuck?
It's a creeping cloud of unstoppable evil, spreading LeChuck's accumulated vileness like a disease across the seas.
Ugh.
Even now, I can sense the Pox wending its way to this very island.
Assuming that I do go looking for La Esponja Grande after I get off this island, what else can you tell me about it?
It's a giant magical sea sponge capable of absorbing immense voodoo energies. If there's anything that can mop up all of LeChuck's evil mojo, it's the sponge.
You know, you've been helping me out for years, and I still don't know your name.
Names have power, Guybrush Threepwood. Only a fool willingly gives it away.
Does my name have power?
Sure, why not?
Tell me more about this locket.
It was given to me by my friend, Coronado de Cava.
Yeah, lean into that a
Why
little
do
harder.
you keep putting dramatic pauses around friend? Was Coronado...
Yes, he was my boyfriend.
Icky.
We met in the Jerkbait Islands many years ago. I fell in love with his treasure-hunting mind and his beautiful eyes. He fell in love with my voodoo charms and my supple...
La 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 la, not listening.
Like a volcano! But after several months of ocean steaming passion, our love cooled after he became obsessed with the myth of La Esponja Grande. When we parted, he gave me...
She can't get away with
locket.
this.
Sad. And disquietingly graphic. Well, this has been disturbing, but I've got an island to escape, a wife to find, and apparently a giant voodoo-sucking sponge to hunt.
May the fates guide you, Guybrush Threepwood.
What's this?
I recently found this contraption in a swamp. I have yet to plumb its mysteries.
That really puts the die in diorama. Knock knock.
Guybrush, don't.
Who's there?
No.
It's me, Guybrush Threepwood, mighty pirate. It's me, Guybrush Threepwood, mighty pirate.
You fool.
What?
I've spent months crafting a pyrite parrot of Petaluma, and you've ruined it before it was finished. Now I'll have to start all over.
Sorry.
Okay, so that audio line just didn't play. Very cool.
Hey, if you're done with this, can I have it?
Fine. It's of no use to me now.
Who's the studliest pirate in the whole wide world? It's me, Guybrush Threepwood, mighty pirate. Heh. What's this?
Ah, the spirits have guided you well. That is a bottle containing an ancient scroll left behind by the Vacalians, the former inhabitants of Flotsam Island.
Ancient scroll, huh? Do you think you can tell me anything about these messed up winds?
Perhaps, but first, you'll have to figure out how to break the unbreakable bottle I've sealed it in.
Unbreakable bottle? Why would you do that?
Some secrets are too dangerous to fall into mortal hands, Threepwood.
Anything else you want to
Unbreakable
tell me about this scroll in the bottle?
I purchased the scroll from a bitter old pirate named McGee. Make of that what you will.
Bitter old pirate named McGee. Is that a reference I'm supposed to get? Don't answer. Don't mistake my
Guess
rhetorical
this thing
questions
fell off the
for
roof
real
when I had my
questions.
little LeChuck episode. I should get shouty more often. Looks like the wind gods of Flotsam are pointing that way.
Hey there, Threepwood. Hey, you mind if I get your pirate on the street opinion about the death cloud?
Death Cloud? The pox of LeChuck.
The pox of LeChuck? Pox of LeChuck. Nah, too on the nose, not enough pizzazz. Death cloud is punchy. More in your face, more, woo, I'm gonna die. Well, I got sick pirates to interview. See ya. Unicorns!
I'm back.
Aye, so you are.
What can you tell me about this bottle?
That'd be one of me special unbreakable bottles.
Unbreakable? Ha! There isn't a bottle alive that's a match for my gift for destruction. Impressive.
The secret ingredients are those jagged crystal reefs. They're tougher than diamonds.
Weird. But what do you do if you want to open one of these unbreakable bottles in order to, say, look at an ancient scroll you've cleverly sealed inside?
That's a good question, lad. Here, show you how it's done. I use this little beauty to chip off flakes from the reefs and to crack open bottles like this one.
Whoa! So let me get this straight. Your unbreakable bottles are, in fact, opened by breaking them?
Don't get cute, Blandy. I break other things too, you know.
Look! A three-headed monkey!
Hey, keep your grubby mitts off me bottle breaker.
Look! A three-headed monkey! Okay, let's break some bottles. Hey, knock it off, hand! Ow!
Wait, what?
Looks like I'm gonna have to get my hand under control if I want to break this bottle.
How did I get the bottle breaker? I wonder if the speedrunners know about this.
Bonjour.
Hi there. Are you a doctor?
Somebody clip that for me.
I am
If you
the
wouldn't mind.
Marquis de Singe, former court physician to King Louis himself. And who might you be?
Guybrush Threepwood. Mighty
Yeah, it
Pirate.
might have just been the animation.
Zut alors! Your hand.
Yeah, I seem to have come down with something.
This is fantastic. We must investigate at once. Très intéressant alors. And you say your sick little hand has a mind of its own?
Yeah, it keeps hitting people, making rude gestures, doing all sorts of stuff I'd never do. Well, not without a really good reason.
Strange.
Fascinating.
So, can you fix it?
Monsieur Threepwood, you have my word as a former physician of the court of King Louis that by the time you leave here, your misanthropic hand will never trouble you again.
I bet he's right. I bet it'll never trouble me again. It seems like he's being slightly non-specific about how we arrive at that ending, but I bet he's right.
So, how did dazzling urbanite like yourself wind up in a sleepy pirate island like Flotsam?
Ah, mon ami, that is a tale of triumph and tragedy. Many years ago, I was a young physician in the court of King Louis. Those were heady days, tending to the many ills of the aristocracy, navigating scandalous palace intrigues. I was a rising star in the scientific firmament.
And then?
A conspiracy of jealous scientists accused me of performing inhuman crossbreeding experiments with the queen's poodles!
Scientists can be so catty.
The king was outraged and ordered me exiled on this deserted tropical island.
Deserted? Then you were the first?
Oui. Happily, my solitude was short-lived, as the merry winds of Flotsam have conspired to bring me many new pirate patients over the years.
Scientifically speaking, what do you think is the cause of these crazy winds swirling around Flotsam?
Ah, yes, the winds. Personally, I'm convinced that they are a rare but perfectly natural meteorological phenomenon caused by a Lagrange inversion of the atmospheric humors in the upper troposphere, causing a counter-cyclonic,
Forget I asked.
Incroyable!
So, Doc, what's the verdict?
Ah, monsieur, you are a very lucky man.
I am?
Ah, oui. The disease spreading through your saucy little parrot hand is like nothing I've ever seen before.
That doesn't sound very lucky.
In fact, somewhere in that oozing appendage may lie the secret to life itself.
It may? Hey, nice going, hand.
I'll know more after I cut it off.
What? Hey!
But of course, Monsieur Threepwood, the only cure for a hand that infected is a quick, clean amputation.
Amputation? Isn't that a little rash?
Ooh,
No,
rash. That's
it's
a
very
bad sign.
big rash, which is why we'll have to amputate. But not to worry, monsieur. Your hand won't feel a thing thanks to my specially concocted grog anesthetic.
Ow!
Now, if you'll just relax here a few minutes, I'll be in the back sharpening my petit guillotine blade. We don't want to cut off our hand with a dull blade.
It's
now,
always
do
nice
we?
when people like this come
Well,
with their
I
own
guess you have a
guillotines,
point
you know?
there.
It just
revoir.
sucks having to carry your own around.
What a loon! But at least my hand seems under control for a while. I better figure out a way out of this tastefully appointed abattoir before the Marquis de Crazy Pants comes back. This looks like it might do something interesting. Ouch! That looked unpleasant. Let's see what this does.
Please don't fiddle with my assistant instruction pedal, mon ami. It is, how you say, sensitive.
If you could either send that to me or put it in the clips channel or something,
Don't
Bob, that'd be
fail
helpful.
me now. Score 1 for the pirate with the pointy feet. I hope this works, or I'm about to throw away a perfectly good key.
Jacques! Bad monkey! After I take care of Monsieur Sweepwood, it's back in the box for you.
Listen, monkey, if you and I work together, we can both bust out of this joint. What do you say? Are you with me? That's the universal symbol for yes. It's a strange drawing of the inside of my hand.
I call it La Dessingeographe.
I call it creepy. It's a desingograph of the inside of my hand, bones and all.
Hello, Skybills.
I wanted to know how long you'd be going, because I just got done doing the bathroom.
3 hours.
Oh, you still think you'll go for 3? Okay. I just wanted to double check and make sure. I wasn't sure whether to start stream right now or just wait for you.
I would go for it.
Okay.
He likes
Sorry.
it.
That's the key Desinged used to lock me down. If only it weren't so far away. It's a cute little bell.
Oh.
Wait a sec. Is he enjoying this? Let's see what this does. Bananas from heaven! Thanks, Banana God. Sick little monkey. Alright, feet. Make yourselves useful. Alright! A gross picture of my grosser hand. Things are looking up. Whoops. I meant to do that.
How do you rank the Guybrush designs? I mean, Curse will always be my favorite. I'm biased, like, Curse is correct in all ways. It can do no wrong. I have the most absurd amount of nostalgia and bias possible.
Wow, an electromagnetic monkey! I had a dream like that once. Only it was an iguana, not a monkey. And instead of a key, it was an ice cream cone. Plus, I was in my underwear for some reason. Wow, he seems excited about something. That's it. Come on, you magnificent magnetic monkey. Gotcha! Now, to work the key into the lock. Ta-da!
Monsieur Threepwood, what do you think you're doing? Get back on the table at once.
Sorry, Doc, but I think I should get a second opinion. Thanks for numbing up my hand, though. All that flailing and slapping was getting on my nerves.
Wait!
Weird monkey.
Wait! Stop! I must have your beautiful testifying hand! Come back! Slovenly parrots! Leaving their trash floating all over the place! A parrot hunter, eh?
Okay, now that my hand's under control, can I...
Yow!
So I'm not supposed to have that.
Elaine, here I come! Or, maybe not.
Yeah, I don't have the glass blower. I don't know, Cool.
I'm back.
Aye, so you are.
Could you use your nifty bottle-breaking tool to break open a bottle for me?
Of course. Great. That'll be 37 pieces of 8.
What? I haven't got any pieces of 8.
Then I guess I won't be breaking any bottles for you.
I don't remember. Oh, I mean, I'll probably need it, but...
Thanks for chatting, but I got a wife and arch nemesis to return to.
Aye.
Still novel, though.
I don't think those embers are going out anytime soon. I've got a ship again. Now, if only these stupid winds would stop sucking, I could sail away and find Elaine. I've got a ship again.
Not again!
Yoink! It's amazing how many of life's problems are solved by indiscriminate cannon fire.
Cool.
Hey there, I'm Guybrush Threepwood, mighty pirate. And you are?
It's Hemlock. Hemlock McGee.
Hey, McGee.
You
Me?
couldn't leave old Hemlock alone with his grog and his tattered dreams, could you?
What the heck happened to your legs?
You mean, aside from some idiot getting a poor old pirate involved in a deadly bar fight?
Yeah.
4 words. The Marquis de Sange.
The Marquis de Singe cut off your legs?
Aye. Not all at once, of course. He cut off the first leg 7 years ago after I stubbed me toe while investigating the...
That seems kind of severe.
I didn't mean that. Right click.
Sometimes I think that Ponzi Git has it in for me.
Did the wind shipwreck you on Flotsam Island too?
I've been trying to suss out these zany zephyrs since I washed up here. I even found an ancient scroll that promised to lead me to all the answers.
No!
But I couldn't figure it out. I got so frustrated that I kicked one of those statues out in the jungle and stubbed me toe. When I went to that butcher Desange, he cut me leg off.
Ooh, harsh.
Without 2 good legs, I couldn't explore anymore. So I limped into Club 41 and started up a long-term relationship with a keg of grog.
Why aren't you in Club 41, curled up with your grog?
Because the 2-time cannon cloggers kicked me out.
Why?
The club has a strict no feet, no service clause.
Talk about adding insult to injury. You know, even aside from the legs, you're looking a little green at the gills.
I think you should mind your own beeswax, you lily-livered sucker!
Whoa, what was that?
What was what?
Can I see your ancient scroll?
Afraid not, Skippy. Some 2-bit witch stole it from me in a poker game a few months ago. Won't do any good without my Eye of the Manatee, though.
Keen. Can I borrow it?
Now, why in the name of Neptune's hangnails would I let you borrow this priceless artifact of a long-dead civilization?
Because of my +10 charisma.
Fine. I can't use it anymore anyhow.
Thanks, Hemlock. I promise you probably won't regret this.
That was easy.
This looks promising.
The zombie sword of Kaflu finally gave me a character sheet. It's the only way to hold on to an artifact like that is to have a character sheet to write it down on, so... Let's see. Bee Monkey Wind.
This looks promising. So far, so good. Are those drawings supposed to represent the wind?
Shut up. You idiot. Flower, wind, bee, wind.
Interesting. I see. This looks promising. Whoa. Uh-oh. Someone's coming.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I never thought I'd have to come out here again. But it'll be worth a temporary fluctuation in Flotsam's winds to get my hands on Threepwood's hand. Hands on his hand. How droll.
What was that all about? And what's behind that door? Maybe I can move the door by pushing on this giant crystal nose. Nope. Looks like I cut off the door's nose to spite its face.
Nailed it, buddy.
Sometimes it's all I can do to save a little face.
Shut the fuck up forever.
Wonder if I can see anything on the other side. There's something interesting in there, but I can't tell what it is. Doc?
Oh, it's you. Unless you're here to volunteer your hand to the advancement of science, I have nothing to say to you. For now.
Does this look familiar?
Where'd you find that?
It, fell off that creepy ancient door in the jungle.
An ancient door with a manatee head in the jungle? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Sure, but you might want to check it out someday. Looks like it could be pretty interesting, scientifically speaking. I'm heading back there now to break through the door with my piratey wiles. First, I'll need some dynamite. Then a rubber chicken with a pulley in the middle, and then some sort of rudimentary lathe.
He'll never open that door without my key. Still, I'd better follow him from a safe distance, just to make sure he doesn't upset my long-term plans.
Uh-oh.
Ah, so it appears that Monsieur Threepwood has found the Vecalian Port du Vent. Naughty little parrot boy. Hello? Is anybody in there?
I am too clever enough to get through that door. Or at least make him think I am. I just had a really weird idea.
It's me, Guybrush Threepwood, Mighty Pirate.
I've got a mission for you, little parrot. Go to the other side of this door and open it from the other side.
Every game makes a reference to it.
Okay, little champion, open the door. Stupid bird. And yet there's still something downright charming about it.
Yeah, some of the games it's actually an item that matters. More often than not, it's just like a bit.
Unicorns! Get your hand-blown glass unicorns!
Dr. DeSinge?
That's the Marquis de Singe to you, ruffian.
I thought you should know that I'm heading back to the jungle to try to open the door again.
Really?
Yes, really. Ciao.
Come out, wherever you are, Monsieur Threepwood. Is anybody in there?
It's me, Guybrush Threepwood, Mighty Pirate.
What? How did he...
I mean, it's just a wall. Someone could climb over the wall, my man.
I can't believe he fell for that. This looks like it might be useful. Who's the cleverest pirate in the whole wide world?
It's me, Guybrush Threepwood, Mighty Pirate.
Holy ships!
Threepwood! Well played, Monsieur Threepwood. You have forced me to reveal the location of the hidden temple. But without my help, a simpleton like you will never be able to figure out which of the so-called wind gods must be summoned to master this ancient wind control device. And I will reveal nothing!
That's a wind control
Already
device?
revealed so
Thanks
much.
for telling me.
You didn't know? Ah! I can see it's time for this Marquis to take matters into his own hands.
Curious. Whoa! The winds are still blowing in. Looks like I've got some ancient wind gods to summon. I wonder if that idol can be used to summon wind gods. Aha! Interesting. Weird. Ah. Hey! That must have been the god of winds that knock off your hat.
Threepwood, cease your ham-fisted fumblings and surrender that hand.
Please do not shoot me.
Make me. Ah! Hey, I'm still alive. No. What? This idol doesn't even have an axle. It'll never work like this.
Do I have something that could serve as an axle? Well, that's not ideal.
I didn't think it was possible, but this idol's cheesier than ever. Aha! I see. Oh.
Oh, Santa Maria Conchita Alonso. I knew I should have worn my chinos today.
Ah, that must be the wind that makes you reconsider wearing shorts.
Threepwood! You're meddling in affairs you cannot possibly understand.
So what else is new? What a grouch.
There it is.
Aha! Ugh. This one looks like it's missing a nose. Ah. Much better. Well, better anyway. I wonder what wind god that was supposed to... Ew. Broken wind. Got it. No sign of the marquee. Good. All that shooting was giving me a headache. Okay, let's figure out the final wind idol thingy and get the heck...
Threepwood!
Oh, jeez. Hey, look! It's King Louis XII!
My liege! I thought you were dead! What was that fooping sound?
Beats me. Now, if you'll just stop waving that rifle around, I've got some winds to change.
Not so fast, insignificant parrot person. Sacre merde!
Sacred shit.
Oh, I'd love to, but I'm pretty sure the Desynge doesn't have the necessary slots. I don't think so.
How can I put this on top to see what the right one is, then?
Nah. Oh, I'd love to, but I'm pretty sure the Desynge doesn't have the necessary slots.
Oh! Oh!
This is,
Oh!
troublesome.
Oh! Oh!
The missile knows where it is at all times.
Algie, thank you so much for the gift
I didn't
subs.
do whatever I was supposed to do.
By subtracting where it is from where it isn't, or where it isn't from where it is, whichever is greater, it obtains a difference or deviation. The guidance subsystem uses
That's not made of unbreakable glass.
to generate corrective commands to drive the missile from a position where it is to a position where it isn't.
I don't think that a YouTube would be useful there.
Where it wasn't, it now is. Consequently, the position where it is now the position that it wasn't, and it follows that the position
Thank you,
that it
Algie.
was is
We
now
needed
the
a break from that
position
sound.
it isn't.
Three up. Wait. So that was right? Oh, it's 3 eyes. You can see it when he holds it up, I guess. Maybe that's how I'm supposed to figure it out.
What's happening?
All right! Ooh, the pox is blowing out to sea. Hope that doesn't come back to bite me in the fundament. Well, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Zut alors! The winds.
Do you have any idea what you've done? Without the winds of flotsam bringing me a steady supply of injury-prone para-test subjects, the pace of my groundbreaking experiments was slow to a crawl.
Talk to the hand, sicko, cause the pirate ain't listening.
Ugh, mark my words, Threepwood. You'll rue the day you cross the Marquis de Singe. And your little hand, too.
Rue? I don't know the meaning of the word.
I mean street.
Well, looks like my work here is done. I better hurry back to the screaming narwhal before the flotsamites get wind of the, wind. Van Winslow, where are you?
Right here, sir.
Raise anchor and get us the heck out of here before the winds change.
With pleasure, Captain.
Rue, that's when you mix equal parts of butter and flour.
Congratulations, sir. The screaming narwhal has successfully escaped from Flotsam Island. Where to now?
Mr. Van Winslow, if you would be so kind, I would like you to set sail for...
Come again, sir?
I said set a course for... Oh, come on!
Come on what, sir?
Winslow,
Sir!
set a course for here. Hey! Whoa! Ow!
I have to incapacitate my hand.
That's the main mast of the Screaming Narwhal. Or main tree. Nothing like a deafening cannon discharge to clear the mind. This tar might be useful. Ow! I'll sleep when I'm dead. Or later tonight.
Captain on deck!
Well, that's just swell. My brand new ship's all covered with tar. This is all your fault, you know. Ow! Winslow?
Captain?
Just go where I point. Oh, come on! Ugh, stupid boxed hand! Ugh. Joe! What the... Mr. Winslow, make way for... the Rock of Gelato!
Aye, aye, Captain.
And get me some grog for this hand. Finally, the Rock of Gelato. Now to find Elaine. Mr. Van Winslow, my spyglass.
Aye, aye, sir.
Elaine's ship looks pretty good, considering that it was exploding the last time I saw it. Well, where's my ship? And Elaine? Is she out looking for me? Is she still in LeChuck's clutches? Is her beautiful bloated corpse slowly rotting at the bottom of the... Hey! What's that? Winslow, enhance the upper right quadrant 50%. It's my ship! Winslow, full enhancement! Elaine! I'm coming, Plunder Bunny! Wait, what's that? Oh no, it's LeChuck! Elaine, look out!
Where'd you get a
Plunder
flower?
Bunny?
He's on a
Guybrush
ship.
Threepwood. I've been waiting a long time for this.
Could you wait a little longer?
Chapter 1 done. We'll play Chapter 2 as well. Maybe this game isn't quite as long as I remember it. Maybe we'll be able to finish it tomorrow. Visiting Professor of Monkeyology. That's kind of cute. That's cute. Choreography? I did love the dance number. I thought that was very good. All of this game is good. Anyone who doesn't remember Tales fondly either was mad at it because it was made by Telltale, was mad at it because it wasn't made by Ron Gilbert, or just doesn't have a very good memory. Tales is perfectly fine. It's a good game. There's some genuinely clever sections of this game. Chapter 3 and Chapter 5 are genuinely clever game design. Some of it's tedious, as with any Monkey Island game. There's always some warts here and there, but there are some... Hey, Frank Cifaldi was a playtester for this? Anyway, yeah, this is well put together, I think. Did I finish it? Oh, 4? Yeah, we finished 4. It took me about 2 hours. Oh, I'm sorry. No, you're asking about credits. There's credits at the end of each chapter because this game was released episodically. Yeah, I don't know that that's necessarily true, Sparkle Bill. I think that some of the puzzles in 3 and 5 are maybe not quite as like absurd as some of the stuff in 1 through 3, but they're good. It's good, competent Monkey Island level puzzle design, you know? Like, Monkey Island has never been carried by its puzzles. It's always been more or less free of moon logic and very much narrative driven.
Har, har, har.
Alright, let me fire up the next one. It's really hard for me to, like, compare them directly, because it's really hard for me to compare how hard you find one puzzle against how hard you find another puzzle, because it really just matters, like, did you dial into what the puzzle was asking of you versus, you know, did you stumble on one of the steps or details, you know? Like, I just have such a hard time when it comes to adventure games measuring a puzzle against another. God, this game really does not like to have its resolution changed. I don't know why it throws such a fit about it, but when I changed the resolution at Chapter 1, it crashed on me initially too, so here's to hoping I can change the resolution of Part 2. I've never played the Sam & Max series. I'd like to. Well, let's jump in.
It has been said, what fates impose that men must need abide. It boots not to resist both wind and tide. Yet, Guybrush Threepwood has somehow managed to turn the tides of fate by removing the voodoo curses from his nemesis, LeChuck.
Nope.
Infected himself, Guybrush escaped the scientific experiments of the Marquis de Sange and managed to divert the ill winds of change, an action which could alter his own fate as well as the fate of the entire Caribbean. That is, if he lives long enough.
I don't believe so. I have not played very many point-and-click
Guybrush
adventure games.
Threepwood. I've been waiting a long time for this.
Now, wait a minute. I'm sure there's been some mistake. I don't even know you.
Well, allow me to introduce myself. I am Morgan Le Flay, mighty pirate hunter. My name is feared across the seven seas. I've taken down some of the most hardened, grog-guzzling scumbags from here to Zanzibar. It's an honor to finally face off against the legendary Guybrush Threepwood.
The Flay? But you're a woman. I thought... Wait, you've heard of me?
Have I heard of you? Guybrush Threepwood, the pirate who destroyed the ghost pirate LeChuck single-handedly? Who discovered the mythical treasure of Big Whoop? Who escaped the inescapable Carnival of the Damned? I've been following you my whole life.
Wow.
Don't be too flattered. I'm here for the job. The Marquis de Singe wants that hand of yours, so I'm bringing you in. And don't even try your insult sword-fighting technique on me. That's something only farm boys use these days.
Appropriate. You fight like a cow. Ow! I was using that.
Oh, this is gonna be good. Pick up your sword and face me like a man.
Like you're a man or like I'm a man?
On guard.
Fine. Oh, I wasn't using that, that hand anyway.
That's the mast of my ship, the Screaming Narwhal.
Yes, I know what a mast is.
How did you get on my ship anyway?
I simply grappled aboard while you were busy staring out at the sunset. You aren't very observant, you know. By the way, my grapple hook got stuck, so you owe me a new one.
Looks like those bits of rope are securing that barrel in place. Hey, where's Winslow? You better not have hurt him, you salty sea witch!
He's fine. I've just got him tied up in the main quarters. Keep your head in the fight.
Don't worry about me, Captain. I'm sure I can wriggle my way out of these ropes eventually.
Hey, shoot, get away! You climbed onto my ship with this? Where's the rope part?
Well, obviously I kept the rope. You wouldn't believe the number of situations a length of rope comes in handy for. For example, using it to tie up your first mate.
Yeah? Well, I'm keeping the hook.
Go ahead. I'll just take it back after I kill you.
I can't reach it from here. Aren't you getting tired yet?
Not a chance. I trained myself by studying your moves. I can match you blow for blow. Heck, I can even hold my breath for 5 minutes, just like you.
Ha! I can hold my breath
Idiot.
for 10 minutes.
You mean that's true? I thought the stories were exaggerated. Impressive.
Aha! Ha ha! Try and catch me now. Bet you didn't see that move coming. Yikes! Hiya!
Was that supposed to hurt me somehow?
Maybe. Did it work?
No.
Dang. Why are you taking orders from that DeSinge guy anyway? He's clearly one loony doctor. He's got lampreys in his lighthouse.
I'm a mercenary. It's what I do. Once hired, I won't quit till the job is done. Even if it means taking down a pirate as renowned as yourself.
Renowned? I didn't even realize I was now.
Okay, she's got sick moves.
Never mind. Can't Can't we just agree to disagree?
Not gonna happen.
Back off, woman.
Never!
Oh man, if that barrel breaks, Winslow is gonna be mad. Every enemy I've met, I've annihilated.
With your breath, I'm sure they all suffocated.
Look behind you, a three-headed sea chimp.
No thanks, I've already had lunch.
Ooh, that's taking it too far. Get out of here. Come on, shoot.
Hey, it's a red herring.
Sorry, Morgan. I hate to do this to a fan, but you did cut off my hand.
What? Uh-oh. Ah! You are good, Guybrush Threepwood. Well,
Didn't mean to right click, but she did steal my hand. I'm just laying my hand on the mouse. I right click so much. I wish that weren't the skip dialogue button.
Through and use her for fish bait.
She's gone. And she took my hand.
Quick, let's get after her.
Let her go, Mr. Winslow. I've got to find Elaine. Last time I saw her, she was falling into LeChuck's evil clutches.
Looked like a cheerful, friendly moment to
Evil
me.
clutches.
We're not going far with the mast in that shape. The cowardly cutthroat must have released the counterweight I set up to keep the mast balanced. Now it's cracked.
It is?
It is indeed. It may be just a hairline fracture, but I can tell. We'll have to take it easy until we can get her fixed.
Very well, Mr. Winslow. We'll head for the Jerkbait Islands.
Right! We can have our mast repaired there.
Sure. Also, that's the direction Elaine was headed.
I'll steer while you navigate. I mounted the map outside your quarters for your convenience.
Prepare to set sail, Mr. Winslow. Set sail for the Jerkbait Islands, Mr. Winslow.
Yes, sir, Captain Threepwood.
Are we there yet, Mr. Winslow?
Aye, Captain. Spinner Cay, the main epicenter of the Jerkbait Islands.
Really? Where is everybody?
It's been many years since I've been here, but if the city is still inhabited by merfolk, I'd say underwater.
Merfolk? Maybe I'll meet a pretty mermaid.
Well...
You're right. Maybe later. First, I've got to make sure Elaine is safe from the evil of LeChuck.
Don't forget, before we can set out to sea again, we'll need our mast repaired.
Right. We need a plastic pair. Got it. Mermaids.
Yeah, but you gotta remember, he's a heterosexual. He hates his wife.
Hi, sailor. Whoa, take it easy. A big, strong pirate like yourself afraid of a little old Vacalian like me?
Sorry about that. So, are you a
That's right. I am 100% proud Vacalian merfolk. Tail kinda gave it away, huh? So what brings you to Spinner Cay?
Yeah, buddy, that's not what he's fishing for.
Do you know where I can get my mast repaired?
I sure do. There is a shop right inside our town. Just follow the cave path, and it'll take you right there.
Ever hear of a man named Dakava? I'm supposed to show him this locket.
You mean Crazy Sponge Guy? Yeah, I remember him. Last time I saw him, he was putting together a crew to go after some mystical sea urchin or something. Haven't seen him in a while, though. He used to have a little shelter out on Roe Island.
Cool raft. Can I ride it?
Do you have a pass?
I do not.
Well, I can't let you get by on your good looks alone. You're gonna have to get yourself a transit pass.
Where can I get a transit pass?
You may be able to get one from our chieftain, Beluga, in the royal chamber. But it looks like there's some kind of dispute going on right now.
Do you know where I can get my mast repaired?
I sure do. There's a shop right in sight.
I'm looking for my wife, Elaine. She's the most beautiful pirate you've ever seen, with silky red hair and eyes as green as summer grog.
Oh, that's so sweet. You know, I think I did see her. She and that other guy arrived about an hour before you did.
I gotta run. No offense.
None taken.
Why would that be offensive?
Give me what I want, or we'll tear your whole town to pieces looking.
You and your men shall not have the ancient summoning artifacts.
Then maybe we'll move on to your innards and
Yeah, no, I
tear
get
those
that.
to pieces looking.
Why would that be
you overgrown
offensive?
tadpole.
Please, calm down. I'm sure we can find a solution that works for everyone.
Elaine!
Guybrush! Guybrush, thank goodness you're all right. I've been worried sick about you. First the explosion, then that big cloud of voodoo pox you released from the chuck started infecting pirates all over the Caribbean.
That was an accident. The sword was crooked. The spell was misspelled. The breath mints had artificial ingredients. It wasn't my fault. I bet there was a conspiracy.
Oh my God! Your hand!
What hand?
What exactly? What happened to your hand? And where is your wedding ring?
Well, it
he hates
happened
his
like
wife.
this.
I should gut you where you stand.
I better get back there before they kill each other. Here, take my ring.
Oh, no, that's the one I...
Just take it. Trust me. And don't lose it, Guybrush Threepwood.
Oh, come on. Who's absent-minded enough to lose 2 wedding rings?
It's me, Guybrush Threepwood, Mighty Pirate.
Shut up, you.
Yeah, that was a funny bit.
You shall never have them. Let's forget about the artifacts for a moment.
The artifacts are sacred. I will not let them fall into the water.
So, what's everybody talking about?
Arr! Me and my men seem to have come down with a touch of the sickly pox.
Ugh.
And these half-breed halibuts know how to get a hold of a cure, but they won't give it up.
We'll never give you the summoning items, Captain McGillicuddy. Not after the years of polluting our sacred waters.
So we accidentally spilt a few barrels of spoiled grog over the years.
Accidentally, my dorsal fin.
Ah, shut your blowhole!
Gentlemen, please. I'm sure you and Chieftain Beluga can come to some kind of agreement.
I noticed a cool raft down by the docks. How would I go about getting a ride on that?
Ah, you wish to enjoy our state-of-the-art human transportation system.
Here you go, honey. I already purchased a few all-day transit passes. Doing my part to support the economy, you know.
All right. Thanks, Laney Poo.
Not in front of company, dear.
Oh, sorry, Laney Poo. What's this about a cure?
The Vocalians hold an ancient prophecy that tells of a mythical sea sponge with the power to soak up voodoo energy.
La Esponja Grande.
Yes, but to find the Sponja Grande, you must first summon the legendary sea creatures who can guide you to its location.
Aye! And that's why we need the rest of those summoning items. My men have already recovered one of them. May as well just hand over the rest.
You mentioned summoning artifacts. That sounds cool.
Our prophecies speak of 3 golden artifacts that have been hidden throughout these islands. They are in the form of the ancient gods of the ocean, the wise turtle, noble seahorse, and the cranky fish.
Cranky fish?
The prophecies are very old. Some of the translations may be a bit off. When these artifacts are combined, and the ceremonial ritual words recited, The legendary sea creatures will rise from the ocean and lead you to the source of the cure.
Do you know the ceremonial ritual words by heart?
I do. And as chieftain of the Vacalians, I am the only one that does.
Maybe you could tell Captain McGillicuddy some of the ritual words if he agrees to take only half the sponge.
You'll be telling them all to me, or you'll be our chieftain catcher today come supper.
Interesting.
Have any of you ever heard of Coronado de Cava? I was told to look for him here and show him a locket.
I do remember this man. He too was obsessed with finding La Esponja Grande. But I have not seen him around Spinner Cave for some time. Perhaps he gave up. Or died in the pursuit.
If you gave him the summoning items, I swear I'll gut every one of you.
No one is gutting anyone. We can work this out peacefully.
Hey, honey, can I talk to you for a sec?
Of course, dear. What is it?
You wouldn't believe what I've had to go through to find you. A crazy homicidal French doctor, an island with winds that kept everybody from leaving. I even faced off against the infamous pirate hunter, Morgan Le Fay, and he's just as vicious as people say.
Oh, I wish I could have been there for that.
So, have you been trying to find me, too?
Of course, dear. That's why we came here. Well, that and the monkeys.
You said you came here partly for the monkeys. What monkeys?
You know what? All those poor monkeys LeChuck had cast a spell over on my ship. Well, we were able to gather them all up, and we're going to make sure they all get back to their proper habitat. Several of them are native to the Jerkbait Islands.
Sounds like you spent more time rescuing monkeys than you did looking for me. I can do anything those monkeys can do.
I've seen you scratch your behind in the morning. You're very talented.
Were you really worried about me? I mean, you did stop to chat with these fish people.
Guybrush, we came here looking for you. If we had tried to leave, the ugly, diseased pirate over there was going to have us killed. I had to stay.
I guess that's all I have to say. Well, this is really between you
I
and the
really
fish.
do not know why she
Hope you
puts
guys
up
get
with
things
him,
worked out.
or
Nice
any
chatting
of the
with you.
men in the
Come on, Elaine,
series.
let's go.
Guybrush, we can't leave.
I guess the pickings are slim.
Why? Does someone have a cannon to your head? Blink twice if the answer is yes.
These pirates are acting under the influence of the pox. And since we are the ones responsible for releasing said pox, this conflict is really all our fault. We're gonna stick around and clean up this mess.
But
I can handle things here, but you've got to get your hands... you've got to get hold of those summoning artifacts. They are the key to everything. McGillicuddy's men have got one of them stashed somewhere. Before you turned up, I was about to go to Roe Island to follow up on a lead, and I've got LeChuck looking for the third one on Spoon Isle.
LeChuck? You let him go? You sent him on a mission?
Yes, don't worry, dear. He's harmless.
I'm sorry. I thought I just heard you describe LeChuck, fearsome, voodoo, ghostly, demonic, pure evil incarnate pirate LeChuck, as harmless. I wonder when I started hallucinating.
Guybrush, he's different, and I don't have time to argue. He's going to need your help. Please, my swashbuckling sea stud.
Not gonna happen.
But I'm your wife.
Those are good eyes. That works.
Nope.
Pretty please with marshmallows?
No.
Please?
Fine.
So you'll be my personal pirate paladin and get those summoning items while I stall these guys?
Okay.
Thank you, sweetie. Okay, how about this? We each get one summoning item and go our separate ways.
Arr, what's the point of that?
I'll never let them have our sacred items.
Well then, what do you two suggest?
Give me the summoning artifacts.
You shall never have them.
Elaine's too good for this series. She deserves to be in a better series.
Artifacts are sacred. I will not let them fall into the
Well,
hands.
you know, up against better characters. This is a good series.
Chloe.
Hello, sailor.
Hello, squishy fish person.
Hello, pudgy human. My name is Tetra.
Hi, I'm Guybrush Threepwood, and... Pudgy?
Have you come to our library to read up on the rich cultural history of the Vocalian race?
No, actually, but I do have a few other questions. And I'm not pudgy. Tell me about Vocalian history.
Well, did you know that centuries ago, we merfolk bypassed evolution and used Vocalian science to obtain legs on which to walk on land?
Nope, I can safely say I did not know that.
We used that same technology to reattach our tails when we returned to Mother Ocean. It's fascinating.
Oh, yeah, fascinating.
All this knowledge and more can be found right here in your local library.
You know, I would like a book from the library.
I knew you would. What can I get for you?
Maybe some lighthearted fiction.
Perfect. I'll get you one of my favorites. Enjoy.
The Old Man and the Seagull.
It's about an old man who describes everything he sees in detail to a blind seagull while lost at sea.
Oh, sounds exciting. I think I'll wait for the movie. What's the deal with this building?
This is our library and cultural archives. It houses centuries worth of information about the evolution of the Vocalian people. It's also a protected national landmark, so it'll be here forever.
But it's underwater.
Well, of course. We sunk it.
Why?
The library was built during the age of terra firma, but when we as a race returned to the sea, we felt our knowledge should do the same.
Doesn't that make your books all soggy?
Sure does.
Okay. Ever hear of a guy named Dakava? I have a locket for him.
Oh, yes. That guy used to be here at the library all the time, checking out books about sea sponges, aquatic mammals, and mythological treasures. Bit of a nut, if you ask me.
Sea sponges, huh? When was the last time you saw him?
Oh, it's been ages since he's been around. Good luck finding him.
Thanks. I'd like another book.
Sure. What are you looking for?
How about something historical, ripe with political intrigue?
Sure. Oh, I know a great one you might like. I'll be right back. Here you go.
A City of Two Tales, an in-depth analysis of the rationale concerning the decision to leave the ocean and the inevitable return. I think I've read this one before. Thanks anyway. That's enough book learning for now. I've got piratey things to do.
Go get him, swashbuckler.
Okay, so yeah, I didn't keep any of those books.
You have the artifacts, not you. Can I just say something?
Fresh bait!
Hey, can I have this bucket?
Well, I like you, so yeah, go ahead. What are you gonna use it for?
I don't know.
So why do you want to take it?
'Cause it's there, I guess?
You're a weird kid. Cute, but weird.
Hi there. I understand you do ship repair here?
You! I thought I told you to stay away from this place! Especially after that stunt you played at the Royal Aquarium!
But
I'm just messing with you, handsome. It's me, Anemone.
Oh, you got me. How'd you get up here?
I swam. So, what did you say you needed?
I need my mast repair.
Sure thing. You want a patch job or a full mast repair?
It's just a crack. I guess a patch job will do.
See, that's how they get you. A patch job is basically the same amount of work as a full replacement, but it's certain to go bad on you a lot faster. I give you a full mast replacement. I'll be right back.
Why do I have that song stuck in my head?
There we go, all fixed. Your man, Mr. Winslow, took care of the bill. Nice guy, that Reggie. Does he have a cousin?
Can I have some bait?
Sure. How would you like to pay for it?
I'll trade you a pyrite parrot.
Sorry, we don't take those.
Oh.
We also don't accept personal checks, traveler's checks, credit, barter, foreign currency, or local currency.
You don't even take local currency? What do you accept?
Coupons.
About those coupons?
Do you have one?
No, but can't you be a sweetheart and give me one anyway?
What are you doing? Are you flirting?
I don't know.
Look, it's really easy. Just bring me a coupon, and I'll give you some bait. Got it?
Yup.
Let's forget about the artifacts for now.
Nice raft. Can I ride it?
Hey, not without a pass.
Here you go. One official Vacalian transit pass. Good for 24 hours.
I bet you are.
Huh?
The raft is yours for the day. Just hop on board and use it to sail anywhere within the Jerkbait Islands.
Good question,
Thanks.
Garthor.
What a dump! Look at this place. It's completely uninhabitable. Reminds me of my first apartment. Yep, that's Dakava all right. This must be his place. Looks as if he hasn't been here in ages. Wonder what happened to him.
Humanity.
A pirate I was meant to be, trim the sails and roam the sea.
Whoa! It looks blank. Why would anyone hide a blank piece of paper in the mouth of a toy? There is something written here, but it's too tiny to make it out. Oh, that's sweet. Yep, it's stuff. Man, look at all these empty grog bottles. I'm sure he was just collecting these for recycling. The Path of the Mouth. Okay.
Oh, there's the volleyball, Wilson.
These look a little like my good friend the Voodoo Lady, except skinny and kind of shaky and more out of proportion than usual. He must have done these from memory.
Okay, fuck you, Guybrush.
Musk at Dusk. How to Match the Perfect Couple. A complete guide to animal matchmaking. I think I'm learning way too much about this Dakava guy. Okay, Rafty, where should we go next?
Look, would you just give me the artifact so we can bury it and get out of here? Nope. But McGillicuddy gave it to me. I get to be the one who picks where to hide it.
Sorry, I got it now.
Will you at least look at me so we can work this out?
Nope.
I bet that's the seahorse artifact the mer leader was talking about. I wonder if they'll just let me have it.
Come on, let me have it.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll happen.
Fun!
Give it back.
Shut up!
Hey guys, what's going on?
None of your business. Now why don't you back away? You're stinking up the place.
Oh yeah? Well, you don't smell so... Okay, this is awkward, but you guys smell amazing.
Yes, it's the savory smell of thinly sliced potatoes, fried crisp and golden with a touch of honey and a dash of salt. How I long to be back in the kitchen peeling my potatoes.
Yeah, I long for that too.
Would you please tell that lady behind you to button up her blouse?
Where? Where?
Hey, get your grubby mitts away from our chest!
But it's empty. Sorry, I'm just fascinated by your chest.
Excuse me? Do I have to get out the pirate harassment handbook?
Maybe I'll just leave you alone.
There's nothing there.
Sorry, it was probably just a weather balloon. Hey guys, I'm back.
Oh, goody.
Can I have that seahorse?
You mean this seahorse that Captain McGillicuddy gave us to hide until all the artifacts are found? Of course. In fact, why don't we just give you the treasure and then rip off our own arms so our captain don't have to? Beat it!
What are you guys arguing about?
Oh, Captain McGillicuddy ordered us to hide the summoning artifact we found far away from the Jerkbait Islands until he was able to secure the rest of them. Only he won't give me the artifact back.
Hey, shut your trap. I'm working here.
Look, I'm sorry, Merkel, but McGillicuddy clearly gave the idol to me. It's my duty, so I want to make sure this gets done right. I want to be the one who decides where to bury it.
Sorry, Killick, but if it meant that much to you, you shouldn't have left it sitting out in the open while you took a nap.
And by out in the open, you mean placed in a small box, wrapped in wool and stuffed down my pants?
Well, if you didn't want pirates rummaging through your trousers while you were sleeping, you should have said so. I've
That's
got
true.
it now. I'll decide where to bury it.
That's a good point.
You know, it's getting awfully late in the day. What time did McGillicuddy want this done by?
Oh boy, he's right. I don't care who buries it. Let's just go.
Come on, keep up.
Hey, my raft! That was fast.
Good and buried. Now we wait for McGillicuddy to pick us up.
Hey guys, I'm back.
Abacus,
Oh,
thanks so much
goody.
for the Prime Gaming
What are you
sub.
guys still doing here?
Just biding our time till McGillicuddy sails round to pick us up.
You know, I hear that 9 times out of 10, the first place you bury your treasure is the spot where it'll most likely be found.
What do you mean?
Well, if you picked out that spot so easily, other pirates will probably pick that spot to go digging for treasure too.
He's right. We need to bring the treasure back and think of somewhere else to hide it. Good thinking, Hooky.
Come on, let me have it.
Too late. I still got the artifact.
It looks blank. Why would anyone hide a blank piece of paper in the mouth of a toy?
Alright, we'll figure that out.
Come on, let me have it.
Nope.
Fishing well. Fishing well? They probably meant wishing well. I'm sure it's just a typo. Free bait. Good for 1 order of fish eggs. Coupon valid at most participating jerkbait island locations. Neat. More Vacalian ruins. This looks like some kind of old furnace. Or maybe a barbecue?
Going right with the shingle. The clam has almost grown feet.
LeChuck!
Guybrush, oh, thank goodness you're safe. Elaine and I were so worried.
Forget it, LeChuck. You may have somehow fooled my wife with your voodoo trickery, but not me.
But it's true. Thanks to you, I'm a new man. Completely voodoo-free. And I have good news, Guybrush. I have found one of the mer people's summoning artifacts. I just need a little help actually getting it.
What's your game, LeChuck? Lure me into a false sense of security with kind words and sandwiches and then murder me in my sleep?
My boy, if I wanted to murder you, I'd just throw you off this cliff. Why wait for you to sleep?
How reassuring. I completely trust you now.
Great! We'll put the past in the past and agree to work together for a change.
Free bait. Large oysters. Tasty. For the fish, I mean. I try not to eat bait anymore. So what exactly are you trying to do here?
I have surmised that the summoning artifact is somehow locked away within that structure. There has got to be a way to activate it so that we can actually retrieve it.
No problem. All we need is another...
No, don't tell me. I need to learn how to do this on my own. If I am going to prove to you that I am on your side, I need to be able to face challenges the same way you do, instead of threatening to cut off your head when I don't get my way.
Fine, I'll let you try to figure out how to unlock the artifact, but I will be the one to actually take it.
Fantastic! So, like I said, don't tell me how to do this. I'm sure I can figure this out on my own.
So, how much longer do you think?
I'm so close. I can feel it. I'm just not so good with this whole puzzle-solving thing. It was so much easier to just kill people until someone did things for you. Maybe you could just give me a hint?
Okay, well, try this. Maybe you should just let me have whatever you're carrying and let me do this.
No, Guybrush, I insist. I must learn to do these things for myself.
What are you carrying with you?
Well, let's see. I have some breath mints and this thing. It looks just like the thing you used in that clamshell, but mine seems to be broken. Oh, I think I've got it now. Oh, wait, no, that won't work.
Sorry, nothing I can...
So he needs the pearl that goes at the end, which I can get. I think that comes from the oysters, the oyster bait that I just got a coupon for.
Let's forget about the artifacts for a moment.
No, I love this. This isn't uncomfortably meta. This owns. That meta humor rules.
I'd like some bait, please. Fish eggs.
Sure, here you go.
Thanks.
No problem. I just made them myself.
You did what?
Relax. I'm just yanking your tail. You're adorable when you squirm.
I'd like some oysters, please.
Oh, you're lucky. We only have one left, and it's a doozy. You know, some people refer to the oyster as the love muscle.
Are you
Really?
flirting now?
Maybe that's just to boost its self-esteem. This thing's as ugly as a pile of seagull droppings.
Oh yeah, I mean, I can't help but reiterate that very few puzzles in Monkey Island games are meant to be particularly challenging. This game is carried by its narrative.
Let me just crack this sucker open here. Hey, look, a pearl! A big pearl!
Come on, let me have it. Nope.
You know, I kind of expected the opposite response, but I do feel like playing Monkey Island 4 again has actually made me like Monkey Island 4 less. I don't think it's bad, I think that it has more rough spots than I remember.
You might need this.
Of course. This thing. Yes.
Figure it out yet?
Not yet. But I think I'm really close.
You look like you're still struggling. You need some more help?
Maybe just a little.
Okay, well, try this. Use.
Uh-huh.
Claw thingy.
No. I got it. Use with...
the pearl.
Haha! It fits
I still don't think it's a bad game.
You
I'll
now
still
have yourself
defend
a
it.
fully functional Murky. See? That wasn't too hard, was it?
No,
I just remembered
not
it
at
being a
all.
little better than it
So now
actually
what?
was.
Oh, brother. Okay, well, try this. Use.
Yes.
Merfolk key.
Yes.
That's true, Algie.
Clamshell lock.
You're not wrong. I just like games.
Guybrush.
Man, I
Of
just
course.
like games.
Now, I'll
Games
just use
rule.
my key over.
Wait! I think I figured it out. Now that I've got my key in place, you can go use yours in the other clamshell.
Yeah, smart thinking.
Oh, will you look at that? I knew the summoning artifact would be here. Let's go get it.
Whoa, hey, I will be the one to get it. Remember? That was our deal. You wait here.
Yes, of course. I've got your back.
That's exactly what I'm afraid of, but thank you. Looks like someone else tried to pry the artifact out of here with no luck. Come on.
Need some help?
Nope, I got it. It's just really stuck. So this is what all the fuss is about. I'm not getting it out of there that way. Boy, that thing is really stuck in there. I can't get that turtle artifact out of there. Any ideas?
Why not just let me do it? Elaine seems to think I have the strength of 10 men. In fact, when I get back...
Yeah, forget it. I'll do it myself. Good luck, LeChuck. I'm out of here.
Well, don't go too far. I may need your help. Why don't you just let me do it? I'm not saying I'm stronger than you, but...
Can I give him the...
Here. Against my better judgment, I'm gonna let you try to get the summoning artifact out of the stone, but only because you're a lot stronger than me. But you'd better give the artifact right back, or I swear...
Relax, Threepwood. I promise. All you need to know is where to apply pressure. Amazing! We've done it, Guybrush!
Yep, sure did. Now if I can just...
Just look at it.
Okay, come on, just let me have...
And surrounded with the secret power to summon ancient, mysterious beasts of the sea.
Now listen here, you fleshy sack of chum! You better be handing over that golden sea turtle, or I'll be handing you your liver on the pointy end of me hook!
Ah, you are infected with the pox after all. I'm so sorry, Guybrush. Somehow I feel this is all my fault. Not to worry, boy. We'll get these artifacts, find La Esponja Grande, and have you cured in no time.
Whoa!
Whoa! Guybrush? That big guy has the artifact. If I run up and take it from him, McGillicuddy would probably make me first in command. Heck, he might even let me eat this week. Then again, he is pretty big. I better gather some men.
Oh, ow. Oh, LeChuck! I was right! I knew I couldn't trust him! Oh no, the summoning artifact!
Guybrush, are you okay?
I'm fine, you backstabbing backslapper! Give me that sea turtle!
Of course, Guybrush. I understand that you want to take the credit. It's important to look good in front of your wife.
It's not that, it's just...
Now, if you'll be so good as to excuse me, I need to get back to the task of returning the monkeys I once kidnapped back into the wild. You wouldn't believe the number of monkeys it takes to complete an evil voodoo curse. What was I thinking?
He's right. He's right, that's pretty fucked up. Kidnapping monkeys, I mean.
Let's forget about the artifacts for a moment.
The artifacts are sacred. I will not let them fall into the wrong hands.
Can we agree to...
That water looks cold. Let me turn up the heat for you.
Please don't touch that. We just got it fixed.
This is fixed?
For now. We are waiting for the proper parts to come in.
Aye, and if you don't give us those artifacts, my men will make sure those parts never get here, forcing you to rule from lukewarm water. Give me the summoning artifacts.
You shall never...
Are you sure I can't turn the heat up for you?
Aye, turn it all the way up to a boil.
Just leave the heat alone, okay?
Give me the summoning...
That water looks cold. Let me turn up the heat for you.
Please don't touch that.
This?
Aye, give me the summoning artifacts.
You shall never have them.
I've got no reason to pry that.
The artifacts for a moment.
The artifacts are sacred. I will
I'm not grabbing
let
that
them
with my
fall
hook.
into the wrong
It'll tarnish it.
hands.
Can we agree to...
Hello again. I thought you guys worshipped wind gods.
Yes. Some of our people tried evolving and living on land ages ago, but they always come back to the sea.
You all still have a lot to work out.
Give me the summoning artifacts.
How would I get the hot tub controls? Because I need those.
For a moment. The artifacts are sacred. I will not let them fall into the wrong hands.
Can we agree to disagree?
This is pointless.
Hello, sailor.
to set sail, Mr. Winslow. Actually, the Rock of Gelato has been pretty unlucky for me. First the whole LeChuckin ship exploding thing, then Morgan cut off my hand when I went back. Mr. Winslow, let's avoid the Rock of Gelato from now on.
Yes, sir, Captain Threepwood.
Onward to Brillig Island.
Aye, aye, sir.
That's where the slithy toves are.
Wow, I didn't think tiny islands like this actually existed. Good thing I'm not stuck here. I haven't finished my top 5 things to have while stranded on a deserted island list. As funny as it would be, I'd hate for someone to trip on this coconut and get hurt. I should probably get rid of it. On second thought, maybe I'll just leave it there. Nice rock.
Old Mimsy where the boar grows.
Welcome back, sir.
And the moan
Thank you, Mr. Winslow.
Where to, Captain?
I love you.
I think we should discuss that sort of thing after we've reached our destination.
What? Oh, I love you. Sounds like I love you. Pretty good joke.
Yes, sir. Joke.
Nice plot of land. I wonder if Elaine would let me build a summer home here. Junkie. Gruesome. Well, I'm done here. Back to the narwhal.
Good to have you back, Captain. Where will we be heading next, Captain?
Set sail for Boulder Beach.
Yes, sir, Captain.
I like this place. It's relaxing. It's a pretty big rock for such a tiny little island. Maybe this is the tip of a giant underwater pyramid from a highly advanced ancient civilization. Or maybe it's just a rock. Even as small as these islands are, I wouldn't want to just dig randomly in the hopes of finding buried treasure. I'd be island hopping for years.
Welcome back, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Winslow.
Where to, Captain?
Let's head back to Flotsam Island.
I'll get as close as I can, but with the winds blowing out now, we won't be able to reach land.
Onward to Flotsam Island.
I'm as close as I can get, Captain. The winds won't let us in any further.
Onward to Flotsam Island.
I'm as close as...
Onward.
I'm as...
Set sail for the jerk...
Okay. I have to convince them of a good place to hide the treasure.
Maybe there's a fair way to determine who gets to bury the artifact.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, yeah? Well, what do you suggest?
How about a staring contest? First one to blink loses.
Hey, I like that idea. Yeah, it's so simple.
Look, a distraction!
Oh, what's it distracting?
Yeah!
Bon voyage.
Did you say something?
Not me. Maybe it was Captain McGillicuddy.
Neptune's beard! If he sees we
I
haven't
remember.
buried this chest yet, he might just bury us instead! Come on, we've got to go now!
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
It's me, Guybrush Threepwood, Mighty Pirate.
Well, that's that.
Done and buried!
Should really get that cough looked at, man. Alright, we'll see you. That parrot has really paid for itself. How many puzzles have I solved with that parrot by now?
Prepare to set sail, Mr. Winslow. Onward to Brillig Island.
Aye, aye, sir.
It's me, Guybrush Threepwood, Mighty Pirate.
If I were a buried parrot, where would I be? Even as small as these islands are, I wouldn't want to just dig randomly in the hopes of finding buried treasure. I'd be island hopping for years.
It's me, Guybrush Threepwood, Mighty Pirate.
Aha! There you are, little parrot. I'll have you dug up in a second.
It's me, Guybrush Threepwood, Mighty Pirate.
Creepy. It sounds like I've been buried alive. Again. And I think once is enough for a lifetime. Take that, poxy pirates! Never underestimate the treasure-finding skills of Guybrush Threepwood.
It's me, Guybrush Threepwood, Mighty Pirate.
Oh, shut up already.
I mean, I guess we got buried in Monkey Island 3, right? Because we died and we were buried.
Ma petite maîtresse, where is the puny pirate and his superbly sickly hand?
Right here. Oh, and what a glorious battle it was. Guybrush was amazing. You should have seen the way he...
What? No, this will not do. I need all of Monsieur Threepwood.
That was not our agreement. I think you'd better give me my gold now.
Oui, of course. But I have discovered that Threepwood himself is very special. I need his body for my experiments. I'll pay you double to bring him back to me alive.
Make it triple.
I'll make it quadruple. Once I have extracted his essence and perfected my elixir, the world will offer me all of its treasures in exchange. Now go, mademoiselle.
Did he just...
Go like the winds of flotsam and bring me my perfectly profitable pirate prize.
Did he just bid against himself?
Well, I'm done here. Back to the narwhal.
Good to have you back, Captain. Where will we be heading next, Captain?
Set sail for the Jerkbait Islands, Mr. Winslow.
Yes, sir, Captain Threepwood.
Look at those legs.
Hi, lemonade.
Hello, sailor.
I gotta run. No offense.
None taken.
You shall never have.
Hi, Numbly?
Hello again, sailor.
Please stop saying that.
What'll it be?
How'd you repair my ship so fast?
I'm telling you, mouse replacement is easy. There are a whole slew of trees out there on Spoon Isle Beach just perfect for mouse. Not to mention the fact that they are just sitting by the water's edge where I can easily grab one. I just float one over to your ship, a flip, a flop, and it's done.
these trees on Spoon Isle. Can anyone just take one?
Technically, sure, but they're pretty heavy. I'd suggest leaving it to the experts.
So you sell bait and repair ships here. That's an odd pairing.
Well, times are tough. Sometimes you gotta pick up an extra job or two just to earn enough sand dollars to live on.
That's tough.
You think that's bad? And this place used to be a bait shop and pizza joint, and I still couldn't sell any anchovies.
I think I'm...
Don't be a stranger.
Let's forget about the artifacts for a moment.
Yeah, I've got to figure out how to get the hot tub controls.
Them fall into the wrong hands.
Can we agree to disagree?
This is pointless.
How about a compromise?
Hey, guess what? I got one of...
Guybrush! If that is what I think it is...
What if I'm sitting down?
Great idea. That way your brain will be protected.
Ooh, good one.
Give me the summoning artifacts.
Are you sure I can't turn the heat up for you?
Right, turn it all the way up to a boil.
Just leave the heat.
Give me the summon...
Hello again. Hey, honey. Can I talk to you for a sec?
Of course, dear. What is it?
I like anchovies.
So, tell me, when LeChuck handed you that flower on the ship deck, that was, what, some kind of a voodoo trap or something, right?
No, that... How did you even know about that? Have you been spying on me?
Well, of course not, but I've been away from you all this time, and I was worried, and I was looking through this spyglass, and...
That is so like you. Listen, after the explosion...
Which I want to stress was not my fault.
After the explosion, it was LeChuck who single-handedly... Oops, sorry. Who recovered your ship and rescued both me and a cargo hold full of innocent monkeys. Whatever you did to that cutlass spell, it seems to have cured him of his many and various voodoo curses completely. He's become a perfectly charming ordinary pirate, just like anyone else.
Oh, so now he's charming, is he?
Well, not like that. You know, he hasn't even tried to marry me once since then.
Where am I supposed to find these summoning artifacts again?
Go to Spoon Isle. LeChuck is there in the jungle somewhere. He can help you find one. And I hear rumors that there may be some clues to finding another in an abandoned shack on Roe Island. And don't forget, McGillicuddy's men have stolen one. You'll have to find them and get that one as well.
I guess that's all I have to say. You all still have a lot to work out, so I'll just see myself out.
Give me the summoning artifacts.
You shall never have them.
Let's forget about the artifacts for a moment.
The artifacts are sacred.
Captain on deck!
The merfolk weather vane looks good up there. Doesn't do anything useful, but it looks cool. That's the mast, recently repaired. Mr. Winslow?
Yes, Captain?
Keep up the good work.
Aye, aye, sir.
Alright. Maybe if I look at the barbecue controls, it'll let me take the hot tub controls, since I mean, that's what I need. I need the controls from the barbecue, I think.
Hey, it looks like those two pirates finally got picked up. I'll miss those guys. Maybe I can send them a fruit basket for the holidays. A fishing well. Fishing well. Fishing well? They probably meant wishing well. I'm sure it's just a typo.
just throwing bait into the water is a good way to feed the fish, but not particularly effective in catching them. Whoa, I got a bite! Whoa, it's a big one! Shoot!
But that was mine.
Gotcha! Lost another one.
What am I supposed to do with that?
Hey, it looks like this bucket has a lot of tiny holes in it. The water would leak right out.
Okay.
I think it's a Vacalian barbecue. More Vacalian ruins. This looks like some kind of old furnace. Or maybe a barbecue? I think it's a Vacalian barbecue.
Alright, I'll be right back.
We're a band of vicious pirates.
A-sailing out to sea. When you hear our gentle singing.
You be sure to turn and flee.
Oh, this is just ridiculous.
Come on, men. We've got to recover that map. That pirate will be done for when he falls into our trap. We're a club attuned for rovers.
We can sing in every clef.
We can even hit the high notes.
It's just too bad we're tone deaf.
A pirate I was meant to be. Trim the sails and roam the sea. Let's go defeat that evil pirate. We know he's sure to lose because we know just where to fire it. We're thieving balladeers.
A gang of cutthroat mugs.
To fight us off, you only guns. Just jolly good earplugs. A pirate I was meant to be. Trim the sails and roam the sea.
All right, crew, let's get to work.
Our vocation's a thing we love, a thing we'd never shirk. We'll fight you in the harbor.
We'll battle you on land. When you meet singing pirates.
There'll be more than you can stand.
Oh, that was a good one.
No, it wasn't.
No time for song. We got to move. The battle will be long, but our courage we will prove. We're a pack of scurvy sea dogs.
Have we pity, not a dram?
We all eat roasted garlic.
Then sing from the diaphragm.
A pirate I was meant to be. Trim the sails and roam the sea.
Less singing, more sailing.
When we defeat our wicked foe, his ship he will be bailing. If you try to fight us,
You will get a nasty whacking.
if you disrespect our singing, we will beat you to a kraken. A pirate I was meant to be. Trim the sails and roam the sea.
I'm getting so sick of you guys and your rhyming.
We're ready to set sail, though the cannons need a priming. some corsairs.
And we come to steal your treasures.
We would shoot you on the downbeat.
But we gotta rest my measures.
A pirate I was meant to be. Trim the sails and roam the sea.
Yo.
I had an aunt who looked a lot like that.
I'm missing the barbecue controls, but I don't know what...
No fishing.
That's not very nice.
Hello, sailor.
The artifacts are sacred. I will not let them fall into the wrong.
Hey, this fishy-looking guy still has one glass eye. Shoot! Why do I have this uncontrollable urge to poke at fish eyes?
Enough of this. Just tell me.
Can I use this on paper?
You're both being unreasonable.
Give me the summoning artifacts.
Hey, now I can see an extreme close-up of a blank piece of paper. That's not as useful as I'd hoped.
This is pointless.
How about a compromise?
Sponja Grande will not be given to these violent.
Ooh, now it's like a big red magnifying glass.
Give me the summoning artifacts.
You shall never have them.
Let's forget about the artifacts for a moment.
Ah, looks like DeCava wrote down the name of a book. 101 Fish Jokes. I wonder if it's a biography.
Just tell me where they are.
I will not reveal the location.
I knew there was something useful about the library. Aside from
Hello,
the
sailor.
usual
Hello,
useful
Tetra.
things about the library.
Can you get me another book?
Of course. Looking for anything in particular?
101 Fish Jokes.
101 fish jokes? Really? My ancestors have worked for centuries to gather these treasures of knowledge and preserve them within these walls so that our race will long be respected for our intellectual achievements. And you want fish jokes?
Yep.
Fine. Here, this ought to enrich your understanding of Vocalian literature.
Great. Hope it doesn't keep me in stitches or I might need a sturgeon.
I hate you now.
That really changed the nature of our relationship. Oh, I can use this.
101 Fish Jokes. Hey, there's a coupon in here. I wonder if it's still good.
That's the worst thing I've ever seen.
Oh, I don't get it. Heh. Ooh, good one.
For reasons I shouldn't have to explain, I will not be looking at any more fish jokes today.
Here you go, Emily. I've got a coupon here for something called Gusanos de Destino.
Wow, that's an old coupon. I'm not even sure I still carry this stuff. Wait here. I need to check in the back. Found some. It was all the way in the back behind the monkey fingers. It's even still glowing.
Ew.
You shall never have them.
Let's forget about the artifacts for a moment.
What did I come here for? Oh, I have the glowing worms.
Okay, come on, little fishy. Hey, I think I feel a nibble. Come a little closer. Gotcha! Uh-oh.
Oh, hold still! Ouch, ouch, ouch! Almost!
Guybrush Threepwood, obtainer of cranky golden fish artifacts. Whew.
Isn't that all three? Cool. Papa Bishu.
What's going on?
It's McGillicuddy. He's moving his ships in and creating a blockade around the island. He's gonna tear this place apart if he doesn't get those summoning artifacts. I'm headed for higher ground. I'll be at the shop if you need me.
Sir, I'll take the screaming narwhal out to sea before the blockade has a chance to move in, so she's not caught in the crossfire.
Okay, I'll find a way to get out to you as soon as I find...
Help!
Elaine! Winslow, wait! I have to get Elaine! I'll be right back!
No time, sir. You'll have to find a way to slip past the blockade. I'll be waiting to pick you up.
Is someone there? I need some help!
Elaine will be fine.
I'll just turn the heat up a little. Uh-oh. If nobody saw it, it didn't happen. Oh, no, Sea Bunny, what happened?
McGillicuddy! He caught me off guard, knocked me out, and kidnapped Chieftain Beluga. I was working out a plan to rescue him, but then I got blindsided by a falling chunk of Mer statue, and now I'm stuck.
I got ya.
I would like for Twitch to turn off my advertisement, so I might do a hot tub stream.
All right, let's sneak out to my ship and sail out of here.
Right, your ship. That's perfect. I needed one more ship for my plan. Oh, and we're not leaving yet.
But...
Okay, listen carefully. There's always a weak point on the blockade. We're going to use a classic two-point distract and skewer to take advantage of it.
Double-jointed traction skewer. Got it.
I'm going to get my ship out of hiding and provide a distraction on the east side. Your job is to get to the Spoon Isle beach and distract them on the west.
How do I do that?
There's a cannon on the beach. Constant attacks from that should keep them occupied so someone else can slip through unnoticed.
Who else is there?
I also need you to tell LeChuck about his part. He needs to sneak through the weak point in the blockade once you and I have them distracted, then take your ship, sail out to McGillicuddy's flagship, sink it, and rescue Beluga.
Actually, I think I should be the one to sail out there and do the valiant sinking and rescuing of the Mer King. Queen, whatever.
Oh,
But it's my ship and...
Said, quit your whimpering and grow some barnacles for Blackbeard's sake. I'm making the plans here, fancy pants.
Yikes. Don't look now, but I think you might be slightly infected with the pox.
Unless you want to find yourself in a matching set of hook hands, I suggest you do as I say.
Yes, dear.
I've got to run, love. Go and find LeChuck and tell him the plan.
Hey, LeChuck. Elaine says you should see how many cannonballs you can fit in your stupid...
I can hear you.
Yes, dear. There. Now they won't singe everything in my pockets. Take that, weak point of the blockade!
Oh no! Someone's shooting at me! It's coming from the beach!
Okay, bye.
Hey, come on, give us the golden sea turtle. We saw you pry it out of that altar.
You'll have to pry it from my no longer cold, dead hand.
LeChuck?
Guybrush, get out of here. These guys think I still have the artifact, and they are willing to kill to get it back.
Okay, but Elaine wants me to tell you something.
It'll have to wait, Guybrush. I don't think these guys are gonna let me leave without giving them the artifact first.
Yo, Asterix. Thank you for the resub. I appreciate it.
Hey, perfect fit. And they said that heating and air conditioning certificate I earned at Pirate Night School would never come in handy.
Do I have something I can melt to make a mold?
The altar's got a couple of cracks now, but it survived the fall pretty well. That golden sea turtle left quite an impression on this stone. Thank you, thank you. I'll be here all week. I've got no reason to pry that.
Yes, you do, you idiot.
I'm not grabbing that with my hook. It'll tarnish it.
Oh, okay. I just need to do it the other way. Got it.
Well, they're in there, but they really aren't hot enough to do anything. Grilled parrot. Too bad this thing isn't hot. Whoa! Now that's a barbecue!
Alright, everyone, say goodbye.
Sorry, little guy. Good thing you're not actually alive.
It's me, Guybrush Threepwood, mighty pirate.
Well, that's unsettling. Ooh, melty. Ouch! Hot! Hey, what happened?
How do I keep it pot in my pocket. Did I just take the wrong path?
Let's try this again. Oh, my pyrite hardened again. I can't move very far if I want to be able to pour it.
You want a fish joke? Okay. What's a fish with no eye? Fish. Terrible.
Let's try this again.
Truly terrible. Can't believe you've done this.
Over the edge you go. Bullseye.
I have played this before. Long ago, I speedran it too. But it's been so long that I've forgotten some of the solutions.
Hey, not bad. Good enough to fool the undiscerning pirate eye anyway. Hey guys, look! He's got the summoning artifact right here!
He's right! Grab it, men!
Arr, let me at him!
You'll never! Arr, give it here! Give it here!
I got him! Ouch! Hold him down!
I'll take you all on! I got it!
Ooh, that looks painful.
You're... I don't know what happened. I used to be able to take on armies without blinking an eye. Now a handful of pox-stricken pirates can wrestle away the artifact?
Ah, don't beat yourself up, LeChuck. These guys did a good enough job. Besides, that turtle artifact they took was a fake. I still have the real one, nice and safe.
This is a very good
lad.
game.
Where'd you learn to pull off a trick like that?
That? Oh, I've been doing that kind of thing for years. In fact, I'm kind of famous for it.
I bet you are, boy. Now, you said Elaine had something she wanted you to tell me?
Elaine told me she wants you to go out to the beach and use the cannon to provide a distraction for the blockade while I sail out and rescue the Merleader.
That's not what she said.
Really? Are you sure that's what she said?
Positive. We're buddies now, right? I wouldn't lie to you.
Ha!
Wrong.
I suppose you're right, Guybrush. I'll get right on it. Good luck, lad.
Jerk. looks like I might be able to sneak through the blockade here.
Ha-ha! See if you can handle this, boys. They're shooting at me! Why are they shooting at me?
Aha! This must be the weak point in the blockade. Now all I need to do is quietly sail through and...
Well, well, if it ain't the little pirate with the fancy coat what smells like bacon.
Does?
Hey, who's shooting at me?
Hoist your colours, you mangy sea dogs! Not one of you has the guts to sail out here and face me!
Elaine!
You're lucky I'm stuck in this blockade, you saucy female, or I'd sail me ship right over ya!
Haha! So long, suckers. It was nice chatting with you again, but I've got a Merleader to save.
Where'd he go? Did you let him through?
Me? If you didn't notice, I'm a little busy over here.
Shooting blindly at a far-off island ain't exactly what I'd call busy, you snivelling spud scraper. Arr! Arr! Ah!
Good to see you again, Captain Threepwood. I knew you'd find a way past the blockade. Surely you have a wondrous story to share about the ordeal.
Good to see you too, Mr. Winslow, but there's no time for stories now. We've got to take down McGillicuddy and save the Merleader.
Fantastic, sir. Just point out his location on the map, and we'll be on our way.
Let's get out of here, Mr. Winslow. Straight on to McGillicuddy's ship.
Yes, sir.
McGillicuddy's
Tell me the
cool.
ritual summoning words, or I'll plunge you into the icy blue.
I will not let you summon the legendary sea creatures. You will not have a Spongia Grande.
Fine. Let's see how long it takes you to drown with your head submerged in the sea.
It'll be a while. I can breathe underwater too, you know.
Don't tell me what I know, you oversized anchovy. I don't need to know stuff. I've got the pox. Lower the Merleader.
Aye, aye, Captain. Lowering the Merleader.
Captain McGillicuddy, prepare to be boarded and surrender the fishman.
He is.
I don't think so, boy. The chieftain is gonna tell me exactly where to find the artifacts so I can get to a Spongia Grande or end up as seagull pickings among the rocks when I run aground.
Don't worry about me. The captain has lost his ability to reason. He thinks he's going to drown me, a mer person. You must keep the summoning artifact safe, Guybrush.
Guybrush? Threepwood! Then you're the one who stuck my men with this accursed cheap imitation summoning artifact!
It's me, Guybrush Threepwood, mighty pirate.
Uh-oh.
Arr! You'll rue the day
Oh,
you
Fenrir, thanks so much for the
crossed
Prime
with
Gaming
me,
sub.
boy.
Rue? Ha!
Also, thank you for the
Really
1,000
gotta
bits,
look
Cold
up.
Luna. I never said thank you. I just groaned about having to do a joke.
I'll deal with you later,
But thank you.
Threepwood. I think old Finface here wants another dip in the drink.
Here we go again.
Yep,
Tell
it's
me
still
the
squawking.
ritual word, or you'll be sleeping with the fishes.
That's where I sleep anyway.
Tell me, or I'll send you to the bottom of the ocean.
Oh, that'd be great. I need to pick up a few things for dinner.
What are those ritual summoning words?
You'll never get me to tell.
Hey, McGillicuddy!
Threepwood!
Your mom is so fat, it's probably a serious health risk for her. She might want to visit a physician about that.
That really hurt my feelings.
The mast!
Good riddance, Threepwood.
I'll be back for you, Chieftain Beluga.
We'll need to get the mast repaired again before we can catch up to McGillicuddy's ship.
I know, I'll use the map. Let's get out of here, Mr. Winslow. set sail for the Jerkbait Islands, Mr. Winslow.
Yes, sir. Looks like your friends have driven back the blockade. It should be safe now.
Agreed. Just gotta get that mast repaired. I'd kind of hoped it had been repaired with a rubber tree or something. It was gonna play out that way, but if only we could be so lucky.
Repair.
Me again.
So I see. What can I get you?
I need my mast repaired. Again.
Again? Wow, twice in one day.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to rescue your leader and take down McGillicuddy, but that guy is cannon happy.
Oh, how heroic. I'll get right on it.
That was fast.
Our leader's life is at stake. Now get out there and do your thing.
I think I'm good. See ya.
Don't be a stranger.
Prepare to set sail, Mr. Winslow. Let's get McGillicuddy.
Aye, aye, sir.
Shove off, Scruffy!
Scruffy? You know how long it took me to grow this beard this way?
Tell me the ritual words, or you'll be sleeping with the fishes!
That's where I sleep anyway.
Tell me!
Let's get out of
or
here,
I'll
Mr.
send you
Winslow.
to
Onward to Brillig Island.
Aye, aye, sir.
You! Shouldn't you guys be being tortured by McGillicuddy by now?
When McGillicuddy finds out you slip past us to get through the blockade, he'll have our heads on a pike! I figure as long as we are dead anyway, we might as well dig up the golden artifact and run. Of course, now we can't find the blasted thing.
I know we left it on this island. It has to be here somewhere. It was next to something.
Go away, Hook Boy. We don't have time for you.
Oh, come on. I thought we were friends. Especially after all the help I gave you guys earlier. So, can't find the treasure, huh?
I know it's here.
Right behind him.
Well, we reburied it so many times I can't remember where we put it.
Sounds like someone should have been a little more decisive. Maybe I can help. I think I see a bit of the chest poking out by the tree.
What do you think I am, some kind of backhoe? Do you know how hard it is to get through rubber tree roots?
Oh, so that's a rubber
the
tree.
Ideal place to bury a treasure. If you were a smart pirate, that's exactly where you would have buried it.
You... Gah! There ain't nothing here!
Try the tree again.
Nah, those roots are too thick. There ain't no treasure chest down there.
I'll leave you guys to it.
Arr. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Where do you think you're going?
Long walk
Away.
along the beach?
Fine. Just stay where I can see you, and don't even think of digging out here. That treasure is ours. Ours.
Of course. I'd never stand in the way of a pirate and his treasure. Tim Boyne?
Hey, what'd you do that for? You're messing up our hole.
Sorry.
I always wanted to be a lumberjack.
Are rubber trees actually soft, like, at all? Or, I mean, I know that rubber's made from the resin of rubber trees, but...
Welcome back, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Winslow.
Where to, Captain?
But I assume, like, it's 0% like it's
McGillicuddy's
depicted
ship.
here.
Yes, sir.
You best mind your own business if you know what's good for you.
Do I look like a guy who knows what's good for me?
Tell me the ritual words, or you'll be sleep.
Yo, Captain!
Why do you keep bothering me?
You feeling funny, punk? Well, are ya? Are ya?
Oh, so that's how you want to play, eh? Blast and bopper!
You know, sir, I don't mind handling the bill for replacing the mast over and over again, I really don't, but I feel it would be more productive if we could stop the mast from breaking in the first place. Just my 2 pieces of 8, sir.
Yes, thank you, Winslow. Duly noted. I'll get the map. Let's get out of here, Mr. Winslow! Set sail for the Jerkbait Islands, Mr. Winslow.
Yes, sir, Captain Threepwood.
Wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man. It's time to get hit on by some fish. A fish. I don't know, you would think that Monkey Island 2 would have prepped you for the creepy goatee.
What can I get you?
I'm gonna need another mast replacement, and I'm pretty sure I found a suitable tree on a small island just north of the Rock of Gelato.
Yeah? I'll go check it out. Hey, you were right. Never used a rubber tree for a mast before, but it worked just fine. Your ship is ready and better than ever.
I think I'm good. See ya.
Don't be a stranger.
Good to have you back, Captain.
Prepare to set sail, Mr. Winslow. Let's get McGillicuddy.
Aye, aye, sir.
You best mind your own business if you know what's good for you.
Do I look like a guy who knows what's good for me?
Tell me the ritual words, or you'll be sleeping with the fish.
Hey, ugly!
Arr!
McGillicuddy? You're so weak, it's more like McGilliputty.
Arr! You be wearing on me nerves, Threepwood. Don't you ever get tired of losing?
Oh, I don't intend on losing this time, kelp sucker. Give me your best shot.
No! My ship! Damn you, Threepwood!
It's me, Guybrush Threepwood, Mighty Pirate.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
That'll teach you to mess with Guybrush. Oh no, the Merleader.
Nicely done, Guybrush. Once underwater, I was easily able to escape. The Vocalians are in your debt. Now let's go home.
Good show, sir. I knew you'd make a good captain from the moment I saw your beard.
Thank you, Mr. Winslow. Now, back to the Jerkbait Islands before Elaine's pox gets any worse.
The map, sir?
What?
I like it when you point on the map.
Oh, very well, Mr. Winslow.
He's a very peculiar man.
Let's get out of here, Mr. Winslow. Set sail for the Jerkbait Islands, Mr. Winslow.
Yes, sir, Captain Threepwood.
Guybrush Threepwood, on behalf of the Mer people of the Jerkbait Islands, I wish to extend our deepest thanks and gratification. Please approach.
How about a reward instead?
Guybrush!
Indeed. I return to you in its former glorious state, your prized pyrite parrot of Petaluma.
It's me, Guybrush Threepwood,
Mighty Pirate, I know. Thanks.
If there is anything else we can offer you, please feel free to ask.
Your thanks is enough.
And your gold! Give us all your gold!
Sorry, something got stuck in my throat.
Actually, there is something. Actually, there is one thing. I sort of caused this pox, and I need a Spongia Grande to fix that. Especially now.
What do you mean by that, you worthless piece of...
Oh, whew. Excuse me.
I have the artifacts. Will you perform the ceremonial ritual to summon the legendary sea creatures to take me there?
You, Guybrush, are the holder of the summoning items. You must be the one to use them. Come, give me the artifacts. I will teach you the ritual words.
The bird's name is Jeff? It's pretty clear to me that his name is Guybrush Threepwood.
Take this and throw it with all your might into the ocean. Then speak these words.
Oh, great legendary creatures of the sea!
Come on, boys. Get the ball. You want the ball? Huh? You want the ball? Come get it.
Really? Those are the ceremonial ritual words?
So it has been written. When you are ready, they will lead your ship to where you need to be. Again, thank you, Guybrush Threepwood, and good luck in your journey.
Well, that's that. Come on, Elaine. Let's get that sponge and go home.
Wait. I just need to check up on LeChuck and those monkeys. You go ahead and summon the creatures. I'll meet you at your ship in just a moment.
I'm starting to think LeChuck was less of a nuisance when he was an evil zombie demon.
Gotta be honest with you. The more I'm playing this, the more I'm thinking 5 might inch its way above 2 in my mind.
Welcome back, sir.
Well, here goes nothing. Here, boys, come and get it. Oh, shoot.
That's a Pokemon. That's a fucking Pokemon. I don't care what anyone says. That's a Pokemon.
Whoa. Creepy.
Captain Threepwood.
Ah.
I see the ocean beasties have been summoned. Are we ready to go then?
Yes. Well, almost. I'm still waiting for Elaine and stupid LeChuck to get here. Something about monkeys or pants, I don't know.
Guybrush?
Elaine, there you are. Come on, let's go. LeChuck, been great seeing you again. Hope the human thing works out for you. I got a wife to go home and snuggle with. Later.
Guybrush, I'm not coming with you.
What?
It's these monkeys. Well, I'm going to need help getting these poor little guys back to their homes.
You go and get a Spongia Grande. You don't need me for that. Besides, I really think I should keep an eye on LeChuck. Trust me, sweetie.
Okay.
Don't worry, boy. I'll take good care of her while you're gone.
Elaine, I'll be back for you in the blink of a squid's eye.
Be careful, dear, and don't put your lips on anything.
Mr. Winslow, follow those sea creatures.
The map?
Again with the map?
I like the map.
Forget about the map, just go.
I thought we agreed.
You're making us look bad, just go.
All right, I'm going.
To Spongia Grande. Are we almost there, Mr. Winslow?
I'm not sure, Captain Threepwood. I'm just following the beasties. I have no idea where they're going. And to be honest, I'm not sure they do either.
Oh,
Be fine,
they know
Mr.
what they're
Winslow.
doing.
Just stay on course. Ah, this is the sweet pirate life. Out in the deep blue with your best ship and crew searching for the world's rarest treasures, which just happens to be a giant voodoo-sucking sea sponge in this case. Makes you wonder why anyone would consider any other life. Am I right, Mr. Winslow? Mr. Winslow? You again?
Miss me?
Not really.
Turns out the Marquis isn't satisfied with just your hand. He wants the complete package. So I'm taking over this ship and taking you back to Flotsam Island. Try anything funny, and the short one gets it.
Ha! You don't have the skills or the wit to defeat Guybrush Threepwood.
I don't need wit to carve a bloody hole in your chest.
See, that wasn't witty at all. Go ahead, run him through. I don't think you have the guts.
Why must you tempt her, sir?
Don't worry, she won't do it. She's only got orders to bring me in. Killing you wouldn't bring her any profit.
He's right, I'm afraid. It's part of the Pirate Hunter's code. Don't kill anyone you aren't getting paid to. So, I'll just kill you, Guybrush.
And you think the Marquis will pay you for bringing in my lifeless corpse? Believe me, this dead body is totally worthless.
Captain, something's happening to the sea creatures.
Why don't you give this up? Join me instead. We can sail together, see the world, just you and me, looting and pillaging in every harbor. It could be just like you always dreamed.
As wonderful as that sounds, Guybrush, I do have a job to do. Besides, you're already married to Elaine. Ugh.
Yeah, but she never lets me do any looting or pillaging either.
I don't believe it.
Well, you better believe it, sister. Wait, believe what? What?
Oh, damn. Yeah, I don't know exactly what his input was, but it's nice that they had him doing some consulting. I mean, a lot of the names that are in this are a lot of the same names from the previous game, so they really did do their due diligence to bring people back on. Michael Land did the music again, a lot of the voices are the same, a lot of the testers are the same. That's what I've been saying. You know, a lot of people... I think a lot of the dunking on this game is just sort of broad. Telltale was involved, and I don't like that. I think that's where a lot of the hate for this comes from. And I honestly think they did a great job. And it seems like they put a lot of effort into making sure they had a good cast of people working on it, not just performers, but, you know, team. I can understand shying away from the episodic format. The fact that I never played it until I could buy all 5 chapters on Steam. As far as I can remember, chapters 3 and 5 are my favorites.